What it do, everybody? Welcome back to another TikTok Trash Tuesday. Oh my goodness. How's everybody doing? We are finally here at Christmas Adam. That's right. Christmas Adam is what takes place, obviously, the day before Christmas Eve. Because if you're up on your Bible, as you should be, you'll know that Adam came before Eve. So before Christmas Eve, you've got Christmas Adam. And you, my friend, are in the middle of Christmas Adam right now, and also in the middle of another fabulous, fantastical, can't be much better than that, TikTok Trash Tuesday. That's right, everybody. I go out every single week to TikTok and I pull out movie-related TikToks. I only watch a couple of seconds. I only watch a couple of seconds up front just to kind of make sure that it's a movie-related thing. I save it to my phone. Then at the end of the week, I put it all together. Then I go out and I just smash it all in one big giant timeline. Then I come back here and review it with you fine people. We react to them. We call them stupid names. And ultimately, we just make fun of people. And that's what I want to do, is to basically walk around the internet a little bit, tell everybody that I'm better than them, and, show them as much in all of my amazing and smart takes that I constantly have. And that's what we'll be doing this evening on TikTok Trash Tuesday. And I want to let you know that even though this is Christmas Adam, which is before Christmas Eve is going to be a big one. What we're doing on Christmas Eve is this. I am going to be streaming a giant marathon here on Christmas Eve. We're going to be watching public domain Christmas movies. We're going to have guests. We're going to have people pop in and stuff like that. Oh, Bruce Leslie says he's going to stop by for a hot minute. And if you're a supporter over at patreon.com/HMP, let me bring those beautiful dirty babies up here in the thing so you can see all of their glorious names here, as these are the people that support us week in, week out, month after month. We absolutely love these people here and back. And those fine people are I'm going to drop this in the Patreon. So tomorrow evening, folks that support us over at Patreon will be able to actually go and jump in to the show. So kind of like it's like a Christmas drop by. You know what I'm saying? So if you support the show monetarily in any kind of format, you can go over and then join me tomorrow night as we do a big giant subathon here to try to get as many dirty babies onto this stream as humanly possible. And I know a lot of people are going to be chilling around. You don't have a whole heck of a lot to do Christmas Eve. Maybe you're wrapping presents and you need something to do while you're doing all that kind of good stuff. Drop on down to this stream here. We're going to be doing some stuff. We're going to have some fun time. So hopefully you can come out and join that. And of course, as we always do here, Sunday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern, we do our regular half-ass movie podcast. We've been covering Christmas movies all this month and asking, is this a Christmas movie? And next week, we have The Holdovers from 2020. I want to say it's 3. I could be wrong. 2023, 2024, somewhere in that neighborhood. But join us for that as well, and we should have some good times and stuff over there. Until then, hit that like and subscribe button. We really, really love you. We really, really appreciate you. And yeah, let's get into it, man, because we got a lot of stuff to cover here. I'm going to tell you up front some of the things that we're covering this evening. We got a lot of James Cameron. Not going to lie to you, we got a ton of James Cameron in this show. You know what I'm saying? Oh, see, Matt's excited about The Holdover, so there you go, 2023. But yeah, we've got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of James Cameron. We got a lot from a famous author. He's going to be talking about a whole bunch of things, mostly because he's putting out the best movie TikToks, and he don't even mostly do movie TikToks, and he's better than most of the other jokers that are out there. That kind of pisses me off, but it is what it is. So we'll be talking about him. We got a whole bunch of stuff here. Again, hit that like and subscribe button, and let us jump into the TikTok Trash Tuesday 24.
Why aren't these considered animated movies, the Avatar films?
Good question. A very good question, because let's be honest, the majority of the movies ain't real people.
And I don't mean that in a negative way at all. There is some incredible artistry here. But every single pixel of this is the work of an artist painting it in. Like what we're looking at
Now, and that was one of the funny things about the first Avatar movie and everything, because I was kind of under the impression, certainly within that first Avatar movie, of how they kind of sold it, right? Is they were like, hey, this movie is 100% computer generated, or was it? I wasn't really quite sure at the time. So I'm watching it, and I'm watching the live action elements, and I'm like, this there's no fucking way that's CGI. That's a person. And but now we've gotten to the point where there's less and less actual human beings within the Avatar world here and everything. We've got a couple here and there between your Giovanni Ribisi, your what's her nut there that was Edie Falco, and then like your terrorist guys and stuff like that who are all doing whatever the hell it is that they're doing. But those people, save for those, everybody's like a Na'vi or a version thereof of Na'vi. These are the water Na'vi. These are the fire Na'vi. Who knows what's next?
That here is not animated. Is any of this a practical set or a prop?
No.
It's not like it's a secret how they filmed these. James Cameron came out and said not one frame of the second film was filmed on the open ocean. This is all computer water.
The computer water is the most refreshing.
Apparently, this is a very sensitive subject. There's an article in Slate saying Avatar is an animated movie, but talking about how bitterly James Cameron rejects that description. And his complaint seems to be with describing this as voice acting, because when
I mean, you're not just voice acting. That is true, because we are performance capturing here and stuff like that. Now, you do have a virtual camera that you can then place anywhere within that particular scene, which I think is a very cool idea and a very interesting way that one can become a, quote, director right afterwards. Honestly, I feel like had this technology and stuff been available when George Lucas was doing the prequels, he would have absolutely used something like this because he himself has always said, listen, I enjoy the movie making process. I just don't want to be doing it with people.
people seeing animated film, they assumed that the celebrity voices were just recorded over a few days in a sound booth, where he says these actors spent months on set physically acting out these parts.
They go, Jake Sully, Jake Sully. That was at least most of the first movie.
But wasn't the Polar Express made that way? Remember the creepy mocap animation they did for that Christmas?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but no one says it. Robert Zemeckis walks so James Cameron could run. I'll do it. I'll say that right here.
Christmas movie? Now, what some of you are saying is, Jason, there are actual live-action actors in Avatar. Jermaine Clement, that's a real
Told you, yeah, one of the terrorists.
person that exists. But even the shots that the humans are in, what percentage of that shot is filming something that exists in the real world?
Just that person. That is it. I mean, even James Cameron himself says, and maybe we'll see it because we got a couple of Jimmy Cameron videos within tonight's stream here and everything. Maybe he'll talk about it, but you know, he don't want to do none of that.
I realize that part of the distinction is literally legal. I know there are union rules around live action versus animation, acting versus voice acting, and things like awards eligibility. But just knowing how films are made now, I think this is a fascinating question. And when I watch the Avatar films, my brain says animated.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. And listen, I liked Avatar 3 well enough. It wasn't, you know, I mean, it was a sight to behold. That is one thing that you can always say about the Avatar movies. They are something else to look at. Whether or not the stories line up to anything, and this just felt like a lot of the second movie again, but we added some fire people and stuff and very much clothes like I would have drawn on a chick when I was like, 12, 13 years old. Just saying, Jimmy, just saying. That's kind of what I'm looking at. What's next?
So Avatar movies are expensive.
Oh, it's more Jimmy Cameron here. James Cameron defends the cost of the Avatar films. Now, you just saw, ladies and gentlemen, what it actually takes to shoot these films. And as you saw, it's all on a stage. Now, I'm not saying that there's not technology involved, and that technology don't cost a lot of money, because it most surely does. But I don't know that they should cost as much as they do.
If I could make them more expensive, I would.
That is the most James Cameron shit I've ever heard. Hey, listen, I'm spending a lot of money on these, but if I could spend more, I would.
Because where does that money go? It doesn't get piled up out
It goes up your nose. James Cameron, we know you.
the desert and set on fire like Burning Man. It goes to people people that are,
Yeah, fuck you, Burning Man. You heard him.
trying to pay their mortgages and put their kids through school and, all of that stuff.
We could be doing that to other people, but hey, what about the Navi? What would the Navi think of it? No one stops to think about them, huh?
We're making lots of jobs. Over 3,000 people work on an Avatar film.
Oh, I see. He's saying he's helping the world.
If people don't go to the movie theaters, we can't keep doing it.
Brother, I thought for a second, because I went to see Avatar this weekend, as I mentioned. It was fine. And I was like, I wonder how much money this made. Any guesses? In the chat, any guesses without looking? If you don't know, how much do you think the Avatar Fire and Ash made at the box office? Take a guess. While you're guessing, I'm going to change the background here because I don't like the way that this thing looks. Talk amongst yourselves. Bronson, could you please, for the love of God, stop walking around all the time? James got bars, pumpkin spice bars. Hey, listen, if you had some pumpkin spice bars, I wouldn't be mad.
It's pretty much that simple.
I guess, yeah, I fucked up the thing here where I can't read the chat properly. 256 million. That's worldwide, though. Like, he made a little bit more than that worldwide, but domestic-wise, he made $88 million. In today's day and age in America, making $88 million, pretty big talk. But I think it made like 300 worldwide, something like that.
So then the question is, all right, where are we going to see this kind of imaginative filmmaking? Are they going to do it for streaming?
Do it on Netflix. That's the answer to everything. Man, I am like, I haven't talked about it too much. I felt like I should have done a whole ass video, but I didn't. Talking about the Warner Brothers sale and the possibility of all that kind of stuff. Oh, boy.
At those cinematic levels, they promised a lot early on, 5 years ago, and there were big budgets to do kind of cinema equivalent kind of quality, but those budgets have all collapsed to half or a third of what they were. So now are we just going to give up?
Yeah, we should. No, here's the thing, James. And here's the problem with most of Hollywood. And you'll hear me say this week in and week out on TikTok Trash Tuesdays, because that's the business bit of Hollywood comes into play oftentimes when we do this show. Hollywood is spending too much money. You have to stop. You have to stop. You are leaning on money as a crutch. You don't want to do anything creative. You want to just regurgitate garbage IP all the time. You don't care. Hollywood, by and large, does not care about people that are going to the movies, in as much as the only thing that they care about coming from you is the money that's going to end up in your pocket. They just want that next $17 from you. They don't give a damn if you were entertained or not.
Not have that kind of stuff anymore? I don't know the answer. We're going to have to see how this plays out. If people show up for this film...
And they did. God damn it, they fucking did. I don't know how much long the sea legs, if you will, the Avatar 3 will have, but it's doing all right now.
That's a good sign. I'll get a gig. I'm not worried, right? But I'm talking about who I was 40 years ago when I was making The Terminator. I wouldn't be able to get a foothold. So, I don't know how this is all going to play out, but I do think that if we collectively continue to honor the theatrical experience, that it
Listen, I'm for honoring the theatrical experience, but y'all gotta get them costs down. I mean, it is what it is. It's not even a question at this point. You're going to bleed yourselves dry.
It won't fade away.
Bronson in the background, like, I have to stop. Yeah, you have to stop. Now he's just like going, hey, man. I took him out just before this. I don't know what he's all about. Hollywood wants chicken wings with barbecue sauce on fries. That sounds about right. Can't argue.
My 4 favorite films.
Here comes the new pope. We got a new pope, everybody. I'm not Catholic, so I don't know much about the old pompous here. That papist? I don't know. See, I'm so not Catholic. I don't know nothing. I'm Protestant, boy. That said, This Pope's from America. He from Chicago. I prefer classic Pope. Classic Pope with good classic Pope flavor. He's got some weird thoughts on some things. I'm not even religious stuff. I've heard some other things that he said, and it's just like these pop culture things. You wrong, sir. But okay, let's see what he's got as far as movies go. We're going to judge. We're going to God can judge, and so can we. In this particular case, I say.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Okay. Listen, you're not going to fight me on A Wonderful Life. No, these are favorite films ahead of meeting dozens of Hollywood stars as part of the church's holy year. Okay. I almost thought it said holy war, and I'm like, what are we doing now? A holy war. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, It's a Wonderful Life. Zero things with this. By the way, everybody, we need to talk about this right now because it's pertinent. It's pertinent. Guess what? It's a Wonderful Life, not a Christmas movie. Not a Christmas movie. No, sirree, Bob. That is a movie that just happens to take place at Christmas. The man was already depressed. He just had one more thing to kick him over the rail, and that's what he needed. And so it's come on.
Jimmy Stewart from 1946. The Sound of Music from
You just like it because it's got Nazis in it.
1965 with Julie Andrews. Ordinary People. The year was 1980. The stars were Donald Sutherland and Mary Tyler Moore. La Vita è Bella.
No, he just knows that one because he knows a little bit of the old.
1997. Roberto Benigni.
I wanted to kiss you people. I love everybody. It's America. It's so good to me. I'm going to climb over the seat. I'm going to kiss you. I'm going to hug you. I want to do everything to you. America, I love you so much. That was my Benito Bellini impression. Remember that motherfucker? He was wild. Jumping over the seats and everything. I want to kiss everybody here. That wouldn't fly today, buddy boy.
Why would we go to that theater? They don't even have 70 millimeters.
LA and New York cinephiles being pretentious about living in LA/New York. Agree with that. But guess what, bitches? Atlanta's got an IMAX with 70 millimeter. You just being a bitch. And they don't have people shitting on the streets. Well, they kind of do.
I saw Marty Supreme yesterday. It was great.
By the way, I don't know that I got this or not, but I saw a Marty Supreme ad, and now I'm going to be seeing Marty Supreme on Christmas Day, and we'll talk about that in a video later here. But there is a video, I'm telling you, we talk all about the Marty Supreme advertising and stuff like that. He is standing on top of the sphere, and like it starts as like a close-up, is just as close as you and I are with this camera right here, and then pulls all the way out, and he is standing on top of the sphere. It's kind of cool.
Not even out yet. What do you mean? It's already out.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, listen, you get movies early, and San Francisco literally has an app where you can find poop and report it. I mean, I went to LA 20 years ago and it was on the skids. I can't even imagine what it is now.
Oh, I forgot. It's a limited release. Hey, have you ever seen Casablanca? Of course I have. I saw it last year at the Academy Theater. On nitrate.
And again, it's like also a lot of the things in LA, they don't even appreciate the shit that they've got.
Oh, I just got to return this 4K Blu-ray real quick. What do you mean you don't have video stores?
Charlotte has VisArt Video, everybody. Last remaining video store in the city, but it's there and it's glorious. Suck it, New York and LA. And Austin, because they're up in that kind of stratosphere too. Screw you, you New York, LA elitists.
Movie theaters might legitimately be dead, and this is why you should be worried.
I don't think they're dead. We'll find out why it was. But doesn't this look like the guy that I like have a problem with every couple of weeks? It's not him. He looks an awful lot like him, though, man. He could be his brother, like his brother that didn't go to film school and thinks he's a writer and director. I don't think that's this guy. That's the other guy. See who's guy.
Obviously, we all heard about the Warner Bros. And Netflix. That was crazy when they came in and bought, when Netflix came in and bought Warner Bros. And they're like,
It hasn't happened yet. And can we stop calling bros? Can we stop doing that shit? I don't like that. I don't like them calling them Warner Bros. I don't like them calling them Mario Bros. Y'all got to stop that shit. It's brothers. BROS period is the abbreviation of the word brothers and is meant to be said as the word brothers. Mario Brothers. Get it right or pay the price, man.
like people don't care about movie theaters. Everyone was pissed off. But one thing we need to realize is that it's actually low-key kind of true. Obviously, when there's like a huge like Marvel movie or a big like movie in general, people are gonna watch it. But it's like you only watch it when there's a big movie. You're not watching.
Yeah, but at the same time, too, the reason that they do that and the reason that they only go to those big kind of tentpole movies and everything is because it's too fucking expensive. I've said it before. I'll say it again. If your movie ticket, a large popcorn, and a large drink cost $10, how often would you be at the movie theater? If a ticket costs $5 Monday through Thursday, how often would you be at a movie theater? If a movie theater ticket costs $5 Monday through Thursday and they showed classic cinema that you may never have seen before but could definitely appreciate on the big screen, how often would you go to the movies? I bet it would be a decent amount. Oh God, sorry, my nose is killing me over here. Ugh. Holy moly. Here, thank you, sir.
Watching it on a weekly basis. But here's the part that scares me. Every time there's a brand new movie trailer, you watch the entire thing, and what does it say at the end? Out in theaters in XYZ date.
Uh-huh.
The part that scares me is that one day there's going to be a huge movie that comes out, whether it's
And it's going to be like never.
Marvel, whether it's something, and at the end of the trailer it says coming to streaming platforms on this day. I believe that.
Do you think that they're going to be playing those in a theater, my friend? Do you think that's what the movie theater would do? Do you think the movie theater would sign on to advertise for the competition? Listen, I'll say a lot of things, but that's silly.
We're going to get to a point where big blockbuster movies will go straight to Netflix.
No, they won't. They'll all be crap. Listen, they're already headed that way.
Straight to Hulu and won't even come out on movie theaters like that. And I think if we get to that point, we're screwed.
Listen, we're screwed no matter what. And as I have always said, if indeed Hollywood crumbles to the ground, LA all of a sudden just kind of earthquakes out there, and then it separates off into the sea, floats off onto into the ocean, and remains the garbage barge that it is, floating against the breeze. Let's say that happens, and movies cease to exist. Not only does Hollywood not make any movies, no one else makes movies. What then? Well, I got news for you, boys and girls. We have over 100 years of cinema. And you know how many of them you've watched? Maybe one. Sure, you've watched movies from all over the place. You might even have thousands of movies under your belt if you're a dipshit like me. But you ain't got anywhere close to the amount of movies that are out there right now. See, believe me when I tell you, you are not desperate for films. You will not be desperate. A movie about chickens? I can hit you with that one. It's called Poultrygeist. It's out by Lloyd Kaufman and the fine people over at Troma Pictures. You're welcome. And if you want to see a documentary on that movie, the making of that movie Poultrygeist, check out the movie Farts of Darkness. That's right. They made a Heart of Darkness style documentary for a Lloyd Kaufman movie. It's pretty good. What's next?
Oh, your big Hollywood movie didn't do well?
Oh, Kumail Nanjiani coming on to give us a little bit of rapping about his little movie that didn't do so hot. Let's see what his excuses are.
Are we supposed to feel sorry for you? No, I don't want you to feel sorry for me.
We don't feel sorry for you. We don't. We felt sorry for us. We felt sorry for us having to waste that time in the theater. We're sorry for us for that entire storyline leading to absolutely bloody nowhere. That's what we're tired of.
I don't, but I get to feel sorry for me. This is my life. I'm inside of here. I worked really hard for a year on something.
You can be sad. You can be sad that you worked really hard. You worked really hard and you took a lot of HGH or something of those lines, my friend. I am sorry. Little scrawny Kumail Nanjiani does not go from that to what he was in that movie in the amount of time that he did without doing a little bit of the old Juicy McJuicison. Come on now.
Something that I thought was going to be awesome. When it came out, everyone was like, no, it sucks.
And it did. And you know what? You were part of it. Part of the reason. No one go like, oh man, that movie sucks shit. Except for Kumail. Kumail Nanjiani's performance, amazing. Everyone else, terrible. No one's ever said that.
Also, we think you're stupid.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Also, we've decided you're going to be the first person we mock for getting in shape. What? How the fuck did that happen?
Because we knew it was bullshit. We knew it was bullshit. We knew you didn't get into shape. You got into Hollywood shape, which is to say that you took a lot of drugs. I take drugs, but I don't take those drugs. I take acetaminophen.
That's happened to nobody else in the history of civilization. Why me?
Because it's false to who you are. You've sold us a personality who you were forever, and then you turn around and be like, look at me, I'm Jim Bro. No. And in the amount of time that with which you did it, no. We do get to make fun of you. Yeah. 100%. 100% we get to make fun of you.
Oh, he got abs? What a moron. What?
Oh, listen, you know.
Who changed the rules? Why didn't anybody give me a heads up? Do you know
listen. All right, let's see what I still want to go on.
how hard this was?
What? No, that's the problem, Kumail. It was not that hard. Not as hard as it should have been. Because you're not Natty. You ain't Natty. Come on, homie. Get out of here. Get out of here. You don't go from string bean to jacked like that in that short amount of time if you ain't juicing, if you ain't the juice is loose.
I have not smelled cake in years.
Look at, see, he's why you stay big? He liked it.
Now I know all of you are waiting for me to go back to how I was.
Yes, we are. And you know what? I go so far as to say he'd be funnier. You know who's not funny? Jacked people most of the time. Who's the funniest jacked person you know? Joe Piscopo? Come on now.
Or to make you so happy if I go back to how I was. So now I'm stuck in this prison because I don't.
No, you're not. The wife liked it. Let's be honest. The wife liked it. And so, she's just like, listen, bitch.
I want to give you the satisfaction.
Now, us being satisfied would have been you making a good movie.
There's no reason for me to be buff anymore, but I am because fuck you.
Nah, it's called, listen, if you get off of this stuff, that don't do good either. It's kind of like hair growth stuff. You got to stay on it.
I'll be doing push-ups on my deathbed because fuck you.
Boy, he took that one hard, didn't he? He took that one hard.
When I look at cake and want to eat it, I think of how happy it'll make you if I eat it. That gives me the strength to not eat it.
But he's not jaded or nothing about this, y'all. He's fine. He's fine. Come on. He's okay with it. Why aren't you okay with it? Get real, bucko. Get real. This background's too dark. There we go. I gotta change it. Not enough contrast for me to see. All right, what's next?
The original wave of YouTuber films were so bad that it ruined an entire independent film distribution system.
I didn't have to. I don't know what the history of this is, but let's listen.
I know it can sound bizarre, but at one point in time, not so long ago, people really thought that YouTube was going to be the savior for independent film.
It can, and it is, and it still is. I hate to tell this gentleman right now, but YouTube is. And it's also the place that people are going to find out new talent. Case in point, I mean, look at the Lights Out director. You know, he directed this short film in Sweden with just him and his wife. He got attention. And then all of a sudden, boom, next thing you know, he's making Shazam movies, right? He's making Blumhouse movies and he makes Shazam movies. Now he's back to doing whatever the hell he wants to because he got burnt. So, yeah, you can do that. Look at the cats that did talk to, or what's it called? It was talk. There's talk to her, talk to me. That's what it's called. Well, there's a Pedro Almodovar movie that's kind of fucking with me. But talk to me. I just saw that recently. That was amazing. That was done by YouTubers, and the sequel, Bring Her Back. That was also from those guys, YouTubers. So this like, oh, you know, you can make bad movies. Just your bad movies are bad, but like, you know, you can make good stuff in there too. And YouTube still can be the place that you can debut, you know, interesting styles and stuff like that. It kind of is that sort of thing. You're just not allowing it to be, I guess.
I mean, think about it. This is a system where you could theoretically distribute a film immediately to the entire world that had no gatekeepers, no budget, anything like that.
That's still true.
And could potentially be seen by everybody. It's also essentially as close as you could come to like a minor league system for movie making, because you could be making these short films, show that you were able to do this, and then work your way up to the feature films. Such was the thought, and so a lot of YouTuber movies got greenlit. But what happened was a bunch of YouTuber films got produced, and it absolutely scared the entire industry off the concept.
No, it's just saying don't give these assholes the money. Because just because you are a YouTuber does not mean you are a YouTuber who has the ability to make an entertaining film. That I would imagine, but like again, still like he acts like you can't upload something to YouTube and it you know just take off or something. It's like what do you want about?
Because they were all commercial and critical failures, and because of this, essentially everyone who had gotten their start on YouTube was essentially blacklisted from
Shane Dawson looking like he's fucking 5. Oh my god, a Shane Dawson film, no less. That's why you don't give Shane Dawson a film, you fucking retards. Why would you do that? Look at how young he is. He's like 12 years old here. Why would you give like a 12-year-old Shane Dawson money? You're an idiot.
Producing films because no
I don't know this movie. Are we to believe that Shane Dawson has a romantic relationship with this lady? So we're doing a work of fiction, eh?
Producer thought that they were ever going to make any money. The reason why is because it's a lot harder to make a film than what a lot of people think that it is.
No one denies that.
Especially whenever your only experience is making 6-minute comedy videos.
Amen to that.
There were also people who had the problem of having huge presences online, but could never convert those viewers into butts and seats, which for the movies meant that these people were essentially useless.
Why would you? Yeah.
And because of this, YouTube never became the indie film pipeline that many people prophesized that it would be. But we did get 3.
Not like that it wasn't. That wasn't the thing, but there were other things that have very much led to people getting jobs and stuff, so it's a little disingenuous.
Red movies out of it, though. So follow for more stuff you can't stop thinking about.
Timothy Chalamet.
I could stop thinking about it. Oh, here we go. We're talking about a little Timothy Chalamet.
Chalamet's marketing campaign for Marty Supreme has just been unreal to watch, collabing now with SD Kid. And
I don't know what any of this shit is. You know what I'm saying? First of all, SD Kid, they're like, oh my God, it's collaborating with this person you've never fucking heard of before. I love being over 40 years old. I don't give a shit anymore. I just don't. I don't even care. People talk about, hey, here's the new thing. I'm like, fuck you. I don't care. It's the best feeling in the world. It's just go, I don't care about any of your new shit. It's all beeps bloops to me as far as I'm concerned. Listen, the what do you call it? The marketing for Marty Supreme has been interesting. It hasn't been anything about the film, because how the fuck do you sell a ping pong movie to the general going public? I think that tends to be a difficult thing to do. So I'm all for, advertising in weird and strange ways and stuff. And I will be going to see that film, and we will be talking about it. I'm probably going to stream on that day too. So probably the next 3 days, today, tomorrow, and Christmas, we'll have some sort of stream going on. So, stay tuned.
So many people are scratching
Like and subscribe, damn it.
their heads wondering why he's doing this for a ping pong movie, but we should really be asking the question, why is this working so much better than any other marketing?
Is it working better than every other? Because people be saying that this is working really, really well. It only works well if it converts to ticket sales. You can go look at all this crazy Marty Supreme shit, but if no one darkens the door of the theater, what was the point?
Campaign this year. And this goes far beyond Timothée Chalamet being an A-lister, just one of the best actors in his age bracket. No, this has to do with the fact that when general audiences are so turned off by so much film marketing being targeted towards film bros or cinephiles, and they're just really sick of the inauthentic.
So it's worse. No, fucking. So it's worse. So, like you say, hold on.
Timothée Chalamet has leaned so hard into being authentic.
You don't think that everything he's doing for the promotion of this movie isn't performative shit? Are you out of your mind? It's just like, this is just natural. For a ping pong movie, you're full of crap, dude.
Authentic. And not to knock anybody's marketing campaign, but too many of these.
I'm knocking it. Listen, you're getting something out there, but I swear to God, it's not going to translate to numbers. It just ain't. Let's in the chat, what do you think the opening weekend for Marty Supreme will be? I'm curious as anyone's got a thought.
These campaigns do market just to cinephiles. I had many of my friends ask me about the Long Walk Treadmill Challenge, and they.
Oh my God. No one fucking heard about that. No, like if they heard about it, they heard about it tangentially through people like me who yapped on about it. But it's stupid. It's stupid. That got no one in to watch that movie. Hold on. Let me look. The Long Walk. A domestic run, $35 million. Since IMDb bought Box Office Mojo, they don't tell you what the fucking budget was anymore. They're like, get IMDb Pro for it. You say 15 million. That's not a bad guess. I would say, I think it'll do a little better than 15. I think it might do. I'm gonna go. Gosh, I'm gonna go 19. I'm gonna go 19 on this. 15 million. I think that's a pretty good bet though for you, dude.
I found out, this is just for, influencers in LA. I want to be able to do this and actually turn them off from watching the movie. Neon has gotten into the habit of marketing every single horror movie as the scariest horror movie of all time. That's how Longlegs made 120.
They all got to stop that shit. I'll be honest with you. He's correct. They're just like the scariest movie of all time. You will shit your pants in the theater. We swear.
$8 million worldwide, but for Keeper, it only made about $5 million worldwide. Clearly, studios are trying to appeal to everybody. That's why one battle after another characters appeared in Fortnite, but at the same time, who is this for, even though Fortnite's one of the most popular games of all time? Many people outside the film community know about Timothée Chalamet's Little Timmy Tim rapper persona from when he was a teenager, and lots of people online have been talking about, is he actually the UK rapper SD Kid? Whether you find yourself in the camp of wondering how much of this is for Marty Supreme and how much of this is for Timothée Chalamet.
You know what I'm getting with a lot of the Timothée Chalamet shit that's going on right now? I'm feeling a lot of what was the name of that movie with Joaquin Phoenix? I'm Not Here. Problem is I can't spell the fucker's name. Oh, well. All right, we're moving on. Too slow.
Hey, it's just refreshing to see an actor just be themselves for once.
All right.
I would swerve into the bike lane and hit a baby stroller for a Marty Supreme jacket. My
Cinephiles dropping hints for Christmas.
head is really cold. I could sure use a $35 corduroy hat with the film studio logo on it. No, I haven't seen it yet. I'm waiting on the limited edition European import 4K steelbook. Did you know you can get a
That's the thing. I can't trust people to be getting any of that stuff from me because they're gonna get it wrong. They're gonna get it wrong unless I specifically sit there and be like, "This is it. Here is the link," and then there's no surprise to it. You know, come on.
Popcorn subscription now? I would eat my own hair for a film cell of
This motherfucker doesn't even have hair. What?
Moonlight. I would sacrifice my firstborn child for a Marty Supreme jacket.
Well, the marketing worked on him.
Guys, I've been thinking of upgrading to a 4K projector.
Most people won't be upgrading to an actual 4K projector, but rather one that does upscaling. Because motherfuckers poor.
No. Tickets to Cannes are only $1,700.
It's con, first of all. So I don't even think you're invited, my friend.
Man, it's been a tough week. You know what would make me feel better? A subscription service to a movie theater to see 4 movies a week.
I will eat my hamster for $1. Where's the Venmo? I'll send it.
In any format. There is no equal to the level of heinous crime that I will commit for a Marty Supreme jacket.
This motherfucker wants Marty Supreme shit. Oh my God. Cloud chaser.
Gift card? Sure, why not?
If you're a millennial who loved the movie Hook, please stop and watch the
Because a hook brings you back. Hold on. Oh, you didn't think that was coming, did you? I don't know what it is. I've seen this guy on TikTok before. He's not somebody that I follow, or like every now and then he'll come through my line here and everything. But for whatever reason, this guy reminds me that he might be, there's a good enough chance that he does this job from a radio station. I really think that we're in the groove. We're in the move. We're ready to go. And tell me that this man does not belong in radio.
this just for a second. Hook might be one of my favorite movies of all time. Steven Spielberg's
This guy is probably the same age as I.
adaptation in the mid-90s. And today I was listening to some classical music, as I do before I go golfing. And I was listening to
he is my age.
this song by Mendelssohn. And I'm going to play a little clip of it right here. And I want you to tell me if you hear anything.
Bro, if I get fucking copy struck for classical music, I'm going to have a cow. I'm going to just tell you that right now. If this stream just goes like, well, we blocked you because we got Mendelssohn on there, and that's no good.
Here it is. Did you hear it?
Yes. Yes. John Williams, as many artists throughout the years, take inspiration from things. And you know what the best part is? No one knows. 99.9% of people will never know and never listen because is what you're hearing there exactly what you heard from John Williams? No, it isn't. Is it similar? Sure. Sure it is. And why wouldn't he be familiar with these things? We know why you aren't. We know why I usually am not. I like a lot of wild. You couldn't see it on this phone, but I do have the Apple Classical app, which, by the way, if you are a classical music person, get that app if you're on Apple. It's fantastic. You can go through from composer to genre, if it's like, oh, this is Baroque, this is, this, that, and the other. Or you could go through like instrument and stuff like that. You can really weed down and get into like very, very specific stuff with classical music with that Apple Classical Music app. So pick that up, if you will. And I think they need a jazz version of that, if I'm honest.
Because I heard it. I have ADHD. I can't unhear stuff like this. This is the beginning to this song from Hook by John Williams.
They're called
Here's Mendelssohn again.
That's just a key change. We're just changing chords.
And here's Hook. If you like stuff like this, follow me. My ADHD brain does not shut off. I'll give you a ton of these.
I think listen, I'm not going to say that John Williams didn't take inspiration from that. He most assuredly did. Did he just do that? No, he didn't. Because while John Williams may have actually borrowed, we'll call it borrowing to be nice. while he did borrow many a tune, as it were, if you don't know it and it's a variation thereof on said tune, does it even fucking count?
John Williams, damn it.
You think that's bad, man? He got a whole bunch of them, so be on the lookout.
I hated this movie as much as any movie we've ever reviewed.
Man, oh man. When Roger Ebert hates a movie, you know something's gone south.
In the 19 years we've been doing this show. I hated it because of the premise, which seemed shockingly cold-hearted, and because this premise is being suggested to kids as children's entertainment, and because everybody in the movie was vulgar and stupid, and because the jokes weren't funny, and because most of the characters were obnoxious, and because of the phony attempt to add a little pseudo-hip philosophy with a Bruce Willis character.
But enough about Trainwreck with Amy Schumer. Thank you.
Now, I think Elijah Wood is a fine young actor, and of course, Rob Reiner, the director, has made one terrific movie after another.
Well, I forgot this was a Rob Reiner film. So this is for North, by the way, the movie North, if I'm not mistaken.
I prefer to consider North as just a very unfortunate aberration in these otherwise admirable careers.
Well, I mean, I think you got to hold Rob Reiner's feet to the fire here. I mean, he's the guy in charge. He's saying that this is entertainment. It's deplorable. I mean,
deplorable. I haven't seen North. I remember the trailer for it, and even as a kid, I was just like, I don't want to see that.
I mean, there isn't a gag that works. You couldn't write worse jokes if I told you to write
and of
worse
course
jokes.
Damn.
But always
The ethnic stereotyping is appalling.
Yes.
It's embarrassing. You feel unclean as you're sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
It's junk. First class junk.
And then the
First class junk. Put it on the poster.
idea that kids might be lured in by television ads to see this movie about a little child who, throws away his parents and goes shopping for a new set. It's really...
Any subject could be done well. This is just trash, Roger.
Okay. 2,
Boy, they didn't like that one.
Walloping thumbs down for North, the distasteful story of a little boy who goes shopping for new parents. Gene and I had a little contest to see which one of us hated this movie the most.
Damn.
It was a tie.
Oh, man. Not exactly what we'll call a shining endorsement for North.
He made a good point where he was like, yeah, I don't really like Christmas movies that question Santa. His legitimacy being like, oh, I believe in Santa. Why don't you? Put that in his kid's thought process and being like, oh, Santa might be fake.
Yeah, I think.
What? How old do you guys think kids are when they stop, believing in Santa Claus?
I think the whole point of that is questioning Santa is more about you have to believe.
Believe. I mean, I still believe.
You do?
Of course.
Oh.
I was telling him though.
Yeah, well, guess what? Believe all you want. There will be no presents underneath your tree unless somebody else you live with will put them there. Or you do, and maybe you black out drunk and forgot that you wrapped yourself some presents.
Do you remember the first time you realized that Santa wasn't real?
I think I just pieced it together.
Dude, I didn't, and this is heartbreaking. I remember
I was 36,
being on a school bus going home, and one of our friends,
your mom and dad is Santa.
Friends was just like, yeah, Santa's not real, right? And I was like, yeah, I know that, dude. Glass shattering in my brain. I was just like, Santa, I think he's right. Santa, dude, it was such a bummer.
Yeah, I hated that movie. Hated the movie. Yeah, I remember seeing that book. I never picked it up. I picked up both volumes of the great movies, but never that one. Just because I was like, it's a whole book of bad reviews.
Good holiday double feature: Home Alone and then Home Alone 2.
Who's that guy? Oh yeah, Macaulay Culkin. He's all right. That guy.
Clearly. If you want to pick another one, Christmas Story. Love that movie. I'm pretty sure Kevin could take Ralphie in a fight. He shot his eye out.
Yeah. Kevin shot Joe Pesci in the face, so Kevin would definitely take out Ralphie in 2 seconds.
I was a pretty dead eye shot. I love Scrooge. That kind of falls through the cracks. I like that one a lot. Elf was kind of after my time, but at the same time, I think it's...
What are you talking about after your time? We're the same age, or he's a year older than me, actually, but we're, for all intents and purposes, we're the same age here. What the fuck are you talking about? That's what movies what year is that? Hold on. Fuck on. Elf is from 2003. My guy, you were 22. Shut the fuck up. Like past your time.
It's absolutely lovely. And also a diehard.
Like you didn't watch SNL in the Will Ferrell days. You were on in those days. What are you talking about?
It's not a Christmas movie.
Why do you, the viewer, listen to people who talk about movies who know nothing about movies?
You could say that about anybody. Say that about anybody. Why do so many get movie opinions on here from people who don't know about movies? Listen, I'm going to be the asshole here, and I'm going to say, what do you know? What do you know? What qualifies you? What would qualify you over, say, me? I'm curious. Maybe just spill some stuff in here or whatever, but like, what?
This is slightly about Jordan below my head, but I'm not piecing him. I think he's a very funny guy. He did a video a couple of years ago talking about how Avatar Way of Water needed to make $2 billion opening weekend to make any money. Ridiculous, absurd claim. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's okay. He's a funny guy. The video's funny. He has a funny channel. Nothing against him anyways. But there are many people on here on this app that people listen to for their movie news, for their movie enjoyment.
That's like, that was more of just like a wild take from a ding dong who was speculating on money things that he doesn't know about. But okay, but like, yeah, I go okay
for their movie analysis, and they know nothing. To clarify, this isn't about having a different opinion than me or the same taste as me.
But you'd rather they have it though, right? You'd rather they have the same opinion as you. I bet you money.
Different tastes, talk about different movies, talk about just blockbusters. I do not care. This is about people who functionally know nothing, who have hundreds of thousands or millions of followers on the
I know more than all you fuckers, and I got 0 followers. So how about that shit? Ain't that a bitch? I'm better than all of you, and people don't follow me. I don't know what it is. The algorithm don't like me. People don't like putting in truth in motherfuckers' faces or something. I don't know what it is. But there's plenty of entertainment here for you for absolute free. And you glorious dirty babies are here on the ground floor. Love you. Not like the rest of these punk asses.
It's baffling to me, right? And I don't think it's not.
I've got a lot of followers and people don't listen to me.
I guess people who do the fun content on here. It's about the people who are just wildly ignorant and just spew nonsense over and over and over again. And that's just kind of the realm that they
like
exist
what?
in, right?
Like
I'm not
one dude that just said like did a bad math problem. That's all you've represented so far is just one cat that don't know math.
Trying to stir up anything, especially around the holidays and film talk.
Oh, I start up some shit around the holidays. It's Christmas, Adam, and I don't give a good goddamn. I'm going right after you.
But yeah, I see these people all the time. I have followers who tag people down in my comments and say, hey, have you seen this person's video? And it's a video that's easily debunked because this person just did no research. There's nothing substantial.
Okay, so then send them off.
There. Not saying that everybody needs to have the meatiest video. This is a short form video website. But I want to ask you, when you follow somebody for movies, do you ever pick up on the nuance of who is somebody that knows something about movies versus someone who knows nothing about movies? Because there are plenty of people here who know a ton about movies who have low thousands of followers on here.
I don't even got that. I don't even have 1,000 followers. Now, granted, I'm not pumping out content like nobody else's business, but like, because frankly, I as wildly narcissistic as people might think I am, I'm certainly not.
And there are people with millions who know nothing.
I think all of you know nothing. Oh, Adam, some of us are just meant to toil in darkness. I am meant to see the light, damn it. How dare you?
We want to make a kids movie about depression. No.
A never-ending story. Damn it, that's a good movie. I didn't pay for that big giant box set that they had. That was way too much money for that. The pitch for the never-ending story, though, this is a tough one to be selling to kids or to sell to people that would then sell to kids.
With puppets. I'm listening. We open on Bastian, and his dad's like, you gotta get over your mom's death. But not like that, right? No, the actual line is, we can't let mom's death be an excuse for not getting the old job done. Oh, no. Okay, but
hey, listen, man. Mom might be dead, but that fucking garage still needs cleaned.
blah blah. He's chased by bullies, runs into bookstores, steals a magic book, hides in the school attic tree. He's grieving and he's being bullied. Yes, now we're
Well, yeah, your mom's dead. Your mom's dead.
in Fantasia. Giant rock guy, snail, goblin. Okay, now it's getting fun. But the thing is, Fantasia's being destroyed by the nothing. What's the nothing? It's what
The nothing
happens when you lose all your hopes and dreams. So I'm not sure we want to introduce kids to existential dread, but the Empress is sent for Atreyu, who can
But no, see, that's a good thing, though. That's telling kids that, hey, don't lose hope of your thoughts and dreams and stuff like that. What do you know? That's a good message.
find a cure for her illness and save Fantasia. Okay, great. So now we see his heroic journey. This kid fails and fails and fails, and his horse drowns in the swamps of sadness because he gives in to despair. The horse
Again, I think it's a good message to tell people. You wallow in your pit of despair, it's going to do nothing but hurt you even further.
is depressed. Yes. And how are you planning to film a horse drowning in a swamp? Well,
You're going to drown that fucker.
submerge him in a big tank. I mean, not his whole head, and we'll use 2 horses, so one relaxes while we dunk the other one. So we're gonna watch one kid failing while a grieving kid reads about it. Yes, and then Falcor. What? Falcor, a giant luck dragon, saves Atreyu. And the horse? No, the horse is gone. And then
No. The horse dead. He gone.
they fly around, and it's so much fun. Great, so then he saves Fantasia. No.
Yeah!
Flies around, meets some gnomes, learns about believing in himself, fails, but manages to not get zapped by the believe in yourself or get zapped statues. And then what else? Oh, there's Gmork. He's another cute
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the statues for a hot second.
luck dragon. No, he's been helping the nothing. He says, and I quote, because people who have no hope are easy to control, and whoever has the control has the power. So
This is true. Is it not? Listen, you could say what you will, but that's true. That's true.
I'm gonna need more Falcor. Noted. Okay, blah blah blah, Fantasia's rebel. Bastian needs to give the Empress a name, but he can't get himself to do it. She's sobbing. He's sobbing. There's a storm. This is too sad. Are you kidding me? He yells something out a window. We're still brainstorming that part. He saves Fantasia and he flies around on Falcor. Flies around and then chases the bullies with Falcor. And? Horse is okay. Greenlit.
Listen, the Never-Ending Story, a big giant part of my childhood there and everything. Never-Ending Story 2, not so much. What was the old Lionel Hutz thing? My ongoing lawsuit against the Never-Ending Story. I had one video on YouTube that achieved 1 million views so far, but that took 10 years. I get you. Thankfully, I'm about 1.3 million views on my popcorn video, and that was a year ago, which was pretty good. Got me an ass load of subscribers and stuff like that. It hasn't translated over to anything else. So we're working, and hopefully between today, tomorrow, because tomorrow's stream is going to be big. It's going to be a marathon stream. I don't know when it's going to start. Like and subscribe and hit the bell notification so you know when things are coming. But things are going to get wild. We're going to be doing a giant marathon here. Patreon supporters are going to be able to pop in and answer some questions about like their favorite Christmas movie, their least favorite Christmas movie, their best and worst gift ever, all that kind of good stuff. And we're going to have those fine folks pop in. We're going to have a good time. We'll be drinking some eggnog. It's going to be good. 8 p.m. Not 8 p.m. I don't know. I said that. That's wrong because it's going to be much earlier than that because we're going long. We're going long style. What's next?
That is Al Pacino as Coach Tony D'Amato in Oliver Stone's 1999 film Any Given Sunday.
Oh, here I am in a scene. Talking about a sport I don't know nothing about. There's a man with a ball. You got to get that other man the ball. And that little man's got to walk down to that other end zone. Once he crosses that end zone, you are good to go.
And that
I'm falling out of it real fast.
is the scene where he delivers the locker room speech that if this doesn't get you fired up, I don't know what will.
You better get your ass into gear.
I want to highlight a few elements that make this scene work so well as it does. Let's start with Al Pacino. As Coach D'Amato, he brings such intensity and such world-weary experience that we
That's called cocaine, son.
can feel. And the writing by John Logan and Oliver Stone, with life being a game of inches, is just incredible.
Also cocaine.
And Stone's directing and the editing team's work, keeping us in the locker room, seeing the different shots of the players. And lastly, the subtle music.
It's just called getting coverage.
throughout this speech. All of it comes together in this particular moment right here.
You know, when you get old in life, things get taken from you.
And I'm not going to let one of these motherfuckers take anything from us. It's not going to happen.
That's part of life.
Oh no.
But you only learn that when you start losing stuff.
So I'm gonna kill every one of your family members right here, right now in this room. Bring them in.
You find out life's this game of inches. So is football.
That's the moment.
And some of y'all got a few less inches than others. You know what I'm saying?
That's when Coach D'Amato finally connects with Steamin' Willie Beeman, played by Jamie Foxx, and
Willie
that starts
Beeman
to
got
bring
the ladies
everybody
over him,
together into that locker room to start to heal. And yeah, this speech right here is a football speech, but it's really a speech about life when you think about it. Pacino, Stone, and Fox, they use all the tools in their toolbox to sell this scene, and it all lands. Everybody is on their A game. I mean, just look at these moments.
1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it.
Another moment, you're gonna be shit on your ass.
The inches we need are everywhere around us.
Everywhere?
Claw with our fingernails for that inch.
Oh.
In any fight, it's the guy who's willing to die who's gonna win that inch.
Which one of you motherfuckers wants to die?
You gotta look at the guy next to you. Look
And
into
you
his
got-
eyes. Now I think you're gonna see a guy who will go that inch with you. That's football, guys.
That's football.
That's all it is. Now, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. A sports movie speech that really is all about life. This is the only movie that has ever done that well. No, not even close. I think we all know that. That's silly.
And then Stone just lets the music take over, the players run out in slow motion, and the scene leaves you completely emotionally charged up.
I haven't seen this movie in years and years at this point. I got it on DVD somewhere back in the room.
All right, so I'm ready pretty much to run through a brick wall. You?
No, like, I'm pretty much ready to run through a brick wall. I've never been so enraged. I kind of just want to punch the air right now. Bye-bye.
How'd you feel about this scene? How did it really make you feel? Did it stir you up? Did it pump you up? Did it get you emotional? Let me know.
Oh, you remember when Willie Beeman was banging all those broads?
And I'll see you at the next one.
All right, buddy. We'll see you next time on The Quiet Storm.
You know, I'm also 71. I can't plan the
Jimmy Cameron's back, everybody. We're going to have a lot of James Cameron in this show, I told you.
next 25 years. Maybe 20. I don't know. We'll see.
How ready are you for 4 and 5?
Ugh, I'm not.
I mean, artistically, I'm ready. I mean, we have to evaluate how well this film does, what the appetite for it is, and so on. If we get lucky, then we'll talk about, you know, staging and production and so on, and when we want to do it. There's a couple of other projects that I want to do that are much smaller that I might do interstitially.
No, he won't.
There, or I might just hammer right into it.
You're going to give somebody else that work, and you're just going to hammer on into it. And if it makes enough money, you're not there yet, though.
Quite decided yet. That's me speaking as an artist, having a lot of goals,
and boy, they cut them off at the right place, don't they? They're just like, who cares? It's over.
Speaking of streaming, I saw recently that in a podcast you mentioned that Netflix shouldn't be eligible to run for the Oscars, and I'm curious.
Well, if they release a film in theaters in a true release, not a token release, not a 1 week 5 theater kind of
They usually do it for 2 weeks because those are the requirements. But yeah,
token release to fulfill minimum requirements. I mean, to me, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences should be protecting the idea of the motion picture as it appears in theaters.
As it appears in theaters. Listen, I am somebody that is for the theater going experience and stuff, but you can't get it locked up in these kind of little nomenclature bullshits here, because it's like you say moving picture. Do you think video is not moving picture? You yourself are shooting on video. Is that not move? Shut the fuck up. It's like we're your aunt fucking here.
Theaters. This is what we grew up with. This is, I think, what we should be defending. And I don't think you defend it by allowing a vast multi-billion-dollar industry to take advantage of a narrow loophole to essentially commandeer the
They're not going after my movie. I didn't get more Oscars for this movie. Where are my Oscars at? Shut up.
awards. Well, that's just me. Other people may, clearly disagree with that. What I'm saying is that Netflix shouldn't be using a loophole, or any of the streamers. They shouldn't be using a loophole. They should be embracing cinema and streaming as well simultaneously.
No, you can't serve two masters. Not possible. Be real, Cameron. You want to complete your avatar vision before you die, and you're running out of time. He's in his early 70s. He's getting there. He's getting there. You can only go on for so long.
What is the best film about time travel?
Back to the Future. We're good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, and we're done. Back to the Future. Argue other things if you feel like it, but you're wrong.
Here's my top 10. Let me know yours in the comments. Kicking off with Safety Not Guaranteed.
That's a good one.
This flick is super funny.
Like it?
It's not your traditional sci-fi or time travel movie,
Little
but it's a unique take on
You're gonna
it.
have me say,
Time
boy.
Crimes is a low-budget, independent
No shocker there that Time Crimes made a top 10. Great flick.
Spanish film that is a bit undercooked. It's a bit predictable in some areas and
Yeah, because it's doing the same moment over and over again. What are you talking about?
heavy-handed in others, but I couldn't help but really enjoy it. The ultimate time loop movie. Yes, I'm including time loops in this list.
Oh, so we're cheating. Okay. Who are you, Adam Fortress?
And Groundhog Day is the best one. Predestination is a super underrated.
Predestination. Did I see that? Was it Ethan Hawke? No, I don't think so.
Aussie flick. It's got Sarah Snook in it from Succession and Ethan Hawke, and they're both great. The third Harry Potter, the best Harry Potter.
Everybody says that. We went back and watched all the Harry Potter movies again, and it's not as good as you remember.
Is essentially just a time travel movie, and it's awesome. Back to the Future.
In the number 5 spot? Shit.
Is a classic. And it's probably most people's favorite time travel movie.
Because it's the best one. Ergo, it's most people's number 1, yeah.
And that's totally fair. I mean,
here comes 4 other flicks that are gonna be worse.
It's great. Interstellar has now become.
Are you telling me Interstellar? Listen, kids. We got a movie going on. We're at a movie theater, right? It's a twin theater. Both of these movies start at the exact same time. The tickets are the exact same price. The movies are Back to the Future and Interstellar. Which one are you going to see? 9 times out of 10, I'm telling you, everyone is going to pick Back to the Future.
Kind of like the quintessential film bro movie. But the thing is, it is still really good. The third act kind of reaches a little, but it still kind of works. And I think I'm stretching by calling it a time travel film. It kind of deals with time dilation.
Yeah, you go through time, but I wouldn't go so far as call it time. So, ergo, it's off the list. I don't even think it should be there.
And like black holes and stuff, but I'm still counting it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of so I could put Planet of the Apes on this list.
Oh, fuck off! That's not necessary. That's not time travel. No, that's not in the same sense. Come on.
It's one of my favorite science fiction films of all time, and it's just a masterpiece.
I just like not seeing a teeth behind the other teeth. You know what I'm saying?
The reason I've put 12 Monkeys at number 2, other than it being awesome,
See, he feels like he even is just like, listen.
is I think it's underrated. Directed by Terry Gilliam, starring Bruce Willis. More people need to watch this. But at number 1, the GOAT of time travel movies is Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Okay. Is there time travel in Terminator 2? Yes. Is time travel integral to the story for Terminator 2? Also, yes. Is Terminator 2 a time travel movie? No, it is not. No, it is not. You can stretch. But that's not a time travel movie. It's a movie that has people who time travel in it, but the movie itself is not about time travel. Your top 4 are fucked because they don't follow your own rules. Or not your rules. Fuck your rules. Your rules are I'll do whatever I want, which I suppose that you can. He didn't give them the Time After Time, 1979. Yeah, I could see that. H.G. Wells, Jack the Ripper from the 1980 to 1979. I mean, how about George Powell's Time Machine, for Christ's sakes? Talk about classic. That don't even get the Time Machine itself. Don't even get into the top 10. All right.
Go ahead and throw Terminator 1 in there as well. They're both the best.
Now, listen, I could argue that Terminator 1's more about time travel, but even then.
You want to talk about all-time misunderstood movies? How about Office Space?
Now, I definitely could say that there's some movies that are misunderstood, certainly Mike Judge movies, but let's see what his thoughts are on Office Space.
From 1999. This movie bombed at the box office, but gained a...
This guy's full of wacky nonsense. I know, right? That's why like I go through and like I don't want to have a ton of his videos in here, but he puts out stuff that's interesting and like there's so many bad takes on TikTok that out there. It's interesting when somebody has enough thought and ambition to put some, a nice video together for us.
Massive following in the years since after it came to cable. Basically, if you worked in an office in the early 2000s, your coworkers were going around quoting lines from this movie. It was the first film
You're gonna need that stapler.
that really perfectly skewered the absurdity of office life in the cubicle and computers era. The protagonist is Peter. He has a demeaning office job where it's not at all clear if the tasks he's doing actually help anybody or do anything. He has 5 different bosses who are all complaining to him and giving him different conflicting rules he has to follow. And then the hook of the film, the thing they sold in all of the trailers and in all of the ads, is that there's an incident that causes him to just stop caring. He starts openly defying his bosses. He starts violating the dress code. The company
Man, let me tell you, when you reach that stage, ooh, it's a good one. It's a good one.
brings in these consultants to try to downsize the staff, and a bunch of his friends get laid off. And so it's kind of a wish fulfillment thing. Like, he's in a position where he is free of all of that. So he and his friends come up with a way to rob the company of a whole bunch of money in a way that the company will not notice. After all, they are smarter than their bosses. And a lot of people who love this movie only remember the film up to this point.
This is true.
That is the story of this guy finally rebelling against the big...
And let's be honest, though. The second half of the movie, a little lacking in comparison, I would say.
big, stupid, evil corporation. Because it is around this point that you realize this film is made by Mike Judge. And
oh, I tell you what.
His politics are a little different from what is typical in Hollywood. Because the character arc for Peter is slowly realizing that he's wrong, that he's lazy, that most of his complaints are petty and ridiculous. When he's asked what would his dream job be, like if money wasn't an issue, his answer is that he wouldn't do anything for anyone.
I would relax. I would sit on my ass all day. I would do nothing.
Jennifer Aniston plays the voice of reason in the film because
she didn't have enough bits of flair for my taste.
When he takes his plan to her, she basically tears apart his whole worldview.
Doesn't it bother you that you have to get up in the morning and you have to put on a bunch of pieces of flair?
Yeah, but I'm not about to go in and start taking money from the register.
Well, maybe you should. You know, the Nazis had pieces of flair, but they made the Jews wear them.
What?
When they launched their ingenious plan to steal the money, it doesn't work because they were not, in fact, smarter than their bosses. The culmination of his character arc is he finally leaves and gets a real job working construction, where he's actually doing something tangible, where he can see the result of his work, where he realizes that he was not oppressed and his dream of wanting to do nothing was wrong even on his own terms. That wasn't what he needed.
And sometimes those office jobs can be that nothing.
He needed to do work that he found meaningful. Obviously, the point of the film is not the corporations are right, stop complaining. The point is that if you feel like the job you're in is sucking the life out of you because the work is not meaningful, Only you can fix that.
Amen.
Only you can go out and...
This needs to be applied to most everything in everyone's life all of the time. Are things bad for you? Guess who's in charge of fixing that? You. You're the one. If things suck, guess whose fault it is? More than likely, yours. You want to fix it? You got to fix it. It needs to be you. Ain't nobody here to fix it for you. God, I wish they could, but they can't. You got to do it. You have to be the one to initiate.
Find something that is meaningful. You saw the same themes in Silicon Valley, another show for Mike Judge. That the corporate world is absurd and full of ridiculous people, but the only way out is through risk and work.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to agree with it. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm saying that's what this movie is about.
It's true, though. It's 100% true. What the fuck are you doing sitting on that couch, big man? All right, let me take him outside here real fast. We are about halfway through, or a little over halfway through TikTok Trash Tuesday here. Give me just a sec, and we're gonna be right back. I'm gonna take him out because he don't sit on this couch, and all of a sudden he's like going, he's being a little wiener head here. So give me 1 second here, and I will be right back with you. Let me throw a little background music for you, so you have a little something to bullshit with here for a second. All right, I'll be right back. All right. Thank you for your patience. The dog has gone to the restroom. Yeah, I did it, everybody. All right. Back on it.
I feel like people get this wrong. Not just the Muppet version of A Christmas Carol, but all of the adaptations. And no, I'm not going to say that I agree with Scrooge that Christmas is terrible and we should let poor people starve.
Obviously not. Are we all in agreement that this is probably the best Christmas Carol? The Muppet one? I think it is. I think it's the best one.
I'm saying that people tend to interpret the story in a way that lets themselves off the hook. If you round up 100 people and ask them what's the moral of A Christmas Carol?
Don't be a dick, right? Okay. All right. Now he's got me thinking, and I'm just like, do I know the answer to that?
Roughly 100% of them will say it's about greed and generosity of spirit.
Okay. Yeah.
And of course, that's true. But I think the sin that Ebenezer Scrooge commits is bigger than greed. Because if you make it just about financial greed, then we can watch the story and we don't.
He was kind of evil. Like he kind of like, if memory serves you, like there's a streak of evil in there.
See ourselves as Scrooge, we see ourselves as Cratchit. So the moral of the story winds up being, yeah, rich people should give me more of their money. But there is a reason why the best film adaptations of this story make such a big deal out of the coal, where Ebenezer Scrooge refuses to let him add more coal to the fireplace, because it makes clear that Scrooge is in the same cold office as his employees. The money that Scrooge is so tightly clinging to, the money that could be paid out in additional wages to his employees.
Are we saying he's just a tight ass?
He is not spending it. He does not have a yacht or a Lamborghini. This is so crucial to the character and to the story.
George C. Scott is.
And in what you take home from the story. Because everything he's doing has a cold logic to it. Scrooge is not a criminal. He is not a liar. He is not a thief. He spends all of his time carefully counting every penny. His books are impeccable.
That is true. He's right. He's very right. I guess, all right.
The whole reason he hates Christmas is that it makes people spend money that they don't have. That's something that he doesn't do. He believes in his heart that all of the impoverished people he passes on the street, if they were as meticulous about their bookkeeping as he is, that they would not be poor. In other words, it is their own fault. In his mind, his moral code is perfectly logical. He is not asking the poor to do anything other than what he's doing. He denies himself all pleasures, even heat in the winter.
These are all on point, 100%.
He lives in squalor, and when he was berating Cratchit about taking the holiday off, he was not asking Cratchit to work while he stays at home. He would also have been at work. The way Scrooge spreads misery is by ruthlessly demanding that everyone live according to his strict moral code. So while lots of people in the audience could look at him and say, well, that's not me, I'm not a wealthy moneylender, they are still doing that other part. They still have that hardness of heart toward people who cannot adhere to the rules the way that they do. And I've always felt like that was the real message of this story. It's what makes it timeless. Because it just makes it clear that yes, there are people who do evil by breaking society's rules. But there are others who are evil because of how ruthlessly they adhere to them.
I gotta admit, what an amazing take. I don't know that I would have ever had that. That's pretty awesome. All right, I'm gonna fix this on my thing because I cannot. Give me just a second. Maybe it's just not doing right here. I gotta. It just makes it hard for me to read the chat. There. Okay. Yes, as long as it includes When Love Is Gone music number to be a counterpart to When Love Is Found at the end. I need to see that George C. Scott one. That looked interesting. I don't know that I've seen that one. George C. Scott in a hardcore Christmas story. Please. Turn it off, Spirit. Turn it off. Turn it off. No, not how you want to find your daughter. Hey, listen, everybody. For all you Gen Xers and stuff out there, guess what? Your dad, your TV dad, Bill Cosby, that guy's fucked. This was my TV dad, Reginald Val Johnson. Carl Winslow was my TV dad.
Reggie, quick question. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? What do you think?
Yes, it is.
Man, of course it is. And you know it is, and you know he knows it is. Come on now, people. We ain't even talk. I don't even know why we talking about this anymore.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's my TV dad right there. Look at him. So like my dad's like the exact same age as this guy. I'm like, I don't want to say they have exact temperaments at all because they don't, but I don't know. He's a very fatherly figure from like a middle class, working family there and everything. I could relate to that show.
Yes, it is.
That's the question of the century.
Thank you for your answer.
I didn't realize.
I didn't realize all you bitches were still talking about this. What sort of career did John Travolta want?
Travolta has a new Christmas commercial this year where he's doing like a riff on Grease Lightning.
Oh my God, have you guys seen this? I haven't seen the commercial, but I've seen a picture from it.
Santa. And whenever I see it, I just think, what sort of career did John Travolta want? Because he's had a very notable career. He's had a lot of success over many years, and there are very few things he hasn't done. I mean, like he started out in a sitcom.
Singing career.
Obviously he's done big musicals, which I think he really enjoys. And like you watch him in Saturday Night Fever, and it's like, oh, he was one of the best actors.
Dance as a machine, right?
Of his generation. He just didn't necessarily take on the dramatic roles or have those opportunities that really presented himself.
He had some, even I would say even through the 90s, he still had plenty of stuff that was going on. It was like really kind of post 2000 where Travolta just really fell off a cliff.
Like if he could go.
Now, speaking of which, did anybody see that movie with John Travolta where he played a special needs person and this movie was directed by Fred Durst? Has anyone seen that film? I haven't. I saw like 5 seconds and I was just like, aye.
Go back and do it again. Would he have wanted to be like, his generation's, like William Hurt, a more esteemed actor of that time period, a Jack Nicholson? Or did he want to do like I don't know, lean harder into the musical stuff?
I think he just didn't want people to find out he was gay.
I think there are layers to this of Scientology and like, I don't want to speculate about anything, but like, I don't know. I think they're
yeah. See, he said it, but he thought it. I said it. I said it, so he doesn't have to. But we were all thinking it.
There are lots of questions about what sort of life did John Travolta want to lead. But
you know what I mean?
I hope he's having fun now, and I bet he gets a lot of money from these commercials. But I hope he does them because they're fun.
A lot of gambling debts.
Why is it that some people literally cannot fathom someone feeling differently about a movie than them? Like it literally does not function as a possibility in their brain.
Are those people?
If you talk about movies on the internet, you've probably experienced this where you're talking about a movie you like or dislike and you just know that the person coming at you has never once encountered someone with that opinion on that film ever. And they spiral like they've just found some scientific anomaly and they're trying to understand.
I need an example.
How it's an illusion. Like you'll see a genuinely thought out take on something that might not be based in the most popular opinion, and then you'll see comments being like, this has to be rage bait used to be believable, instead of just realizing that art is subjective and that we're different people. And I just wonder, how do you actually function?
I don't know. Sometimes you do feel like you ever read something and you got to be like, somebody's got to be fucking around here. I have that so often. I'm just like, is this satire? What is this? Are we? I choose to. Today, as best I can, I try to just, sneak on by.
In reality, if you think this way. And I think it comes down to the need to be socially accepted. We probably aren't meant to be exposed to this many opinions all the time. And
yes, correct. Correct. Our brains were not meant to take in this much information all of the time. 24/7, 365 now. There's so much crap coming at us. We have access to everything all the time. Our brains never have a chance to stop. They just don't. And we weren't designed for that.
Instead of taking a step back and actually looking at the thing and trying to form people's own perspectives, the loudest opinion just tends to win all the time. Like,
that's why I like being loud, baby.
There are most definitely people that behave this way that have not seen the movie that they're talking about. And there are absolutely people out there that are just using inflammatory movie opinions as actual rage bait. Like,
no, that's true.
They don't actually believe what they're saying. But I think if we were just a little more accepting of the vast spectrum of experiences people can have with film, that wouldn't be as effective. Especially because I would hate for the difference between genuine thought-out critique and lazy inflammatory rage bait to become less perceptible amongst people. And I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record about this. I am sick, but we don't miss a post around here.
Oh, baby, I miss posts all the time. I don't do half the crap I should. I'm lazy.
Lord of the Rings is more peak than all of those things. It's better than Stranger Things. It's better than anything Marvel's ever put out.
Yes.
It's better
Yes.
than anything
Ever?
Star Wars.
Yes. It's better than all the Matrix films. It's better than all the Fast and Furious. Name something that's better. Name it. You can't do it.
I'm telling you, Lord of the Rings is the best trilogy of all time.
You can't name a better one. You cannot do it. Terminator, forget about it. You can't give it a shot. Back to the Future, love them. Not even close.
Lord of the Rings is better than X-Men 97?
The fuck is that even?
Yeah.
Unless I knew you were a big...
I don't even know what that is, but I'm going to tell you right now, yes.
Lord of the Rings fan, but I didn't know you were like, I'll take this over the
It's
entire Marvel brand.
It is just unbelievable.
You taking it over all Star Wars?
Yeah. The Lord of the Rings trilogy is better than the Star Wars original trilogy, which I think
Yes. I'm the hugest Star Wars fan in the world. Hold on, something's happening here. Gotta get this fucking thing to work right. The USB on my phone is just fucked. I've used it way too much. And it's not like you plug it in, it doesn't fucking work right. Oh my God. Professional is all hell. All right, hold on.
I've said before, but
So would you consider yourself a bigger Lord of the Rings fan?
No.
Or you just...
Exactly. You don't have to be a bigger Lord of the Rings fan to know that the Lord of the Rings trilogy is better than any Star Wars trilogy. It's not the same thing. Because there's none of y'all out there that are going to be like, oh yeah, Jedi's fucking spectacular, has zero flaws, no complaints. It doesn't happen. And a lot of y'all got complaints with New Hope too. You ain't got no complaints with the Lord of the Rings. You don't got complaints with that. And if you do, you're stupid. So yeah, you might even be a bigger, and ultimately I would consider myself probably a bigger Star Wars fan. But even I can admit that that any of the Star Wars trilogies aren't anywhere as good as the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Acknowledge that you think they're better.
yes,
Because those are two different things.
Better. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm not
that's
a
fair.
bigger Lord of the Rings fan than I am Star Wars fan or a Marvel fan, but I am a huge Lord of the Rings fan. Like, it's so good, but I don't know every little piece of lore about Lord of the Rings.
And you don't need to know that those are three gloriously fantastic films that no one else can kind of live up to that like that. Who's doing another perfect trilogy like that? It's just not going to happen. X-Men 97, Adam, is the continuation of the 19. I know of it. I never really watched it. And they talk about like a trilogy. Did they show 3 of them? Was that? I mean, I don't know what I thought that was like just a television show. Still, the fact that he uses is something to stack up against the Lord of the Rings is silly. Yeah, I'm just like, it's a fucking animated X-Men thing. How in the world is that even remote to the classic cinema that is Lord of the Rings.
That I'm very, very much invested in Marvel and Star Wars. Like
I was
that
about to say, I've seen that shelf behind you a lot. I don't see one Frodo Baggins Funko Pop.
She's a Legolas girl. Look at her. Look at her. That's a Legolas girl all day long, man. She ain't going. Come on now. Let's not be silly.
That's such a lie because I used to have Treebeard with Merry and Pippin.
Oh, shit. She's a Treebeard girl. Watch out.
On him.
Oh, he got cut?
But I moved it to my living room.
Living room display. You got
Yes.
upgraded, as a matter of
I
fact.
moved
The DoorDash people love it. This was just I sent this actually to my mom. I didn't mean to include it in TikTok Trash Tuesday, but I said this is me and my brother when we were growing up. So there's me on the right there, and then him on the left. He was a skinny little kid. I was a fat kid, and we'd be jamming like this. Now, I'm gonna have to cut this out after the live show here because it's gonna copyright this shit. But here you go. Now, Mark, however, would be doing some shit like that. No, I was too shy to be doing all of this. I would not be going off like this. Nuh-uh. Now that part I probably would be doing. Just the lip syncing to the passionate bits. That part I would be doing. That bit would be me. The other shit, no. This, yeah. They're looking for an encore? They're looking for an encore. Big game and everything, man. Left it all on the table. Good for him. Something about this conversation feels a little too familiar. Excuse me. The subtle glance at the watch, the fatigued interest, or the feigned interest, excuse me. My glasses are dirty as shit. And honestly, I read better without the glasses, but you look better with the glasses. Like, so there's a lot that's going on here. All right, here we go. The subtle glance at the watch, the fatigued, I did it again. The feigned interest, the dissociation. I can't talk today. The abrupt exit. This is how my last 3 dates ended.
Thing that I need to, I should absolutely know about Martin Scorsese before we start.
And he's going to give you a lot of film references.
Oh, do I have to watch all of them?
Which is amazing because they usually come in the form of a DVD. And if you don't have a DVD player, get a DVD player.
Oh my God, I'm going to kill myself.
No, Jennifer Lawrence, you get with it, girl. That's one thing that I don't understand, about some people in Hollywood and stuff, people that aren't into movies and stuff like that. That's what I always like seeing Kevin Smith's house and stuff like that. When he was going around, you just show you the house and there'd be the wall full of movies and stuff because that's a cat who enjoys movies. It makes nothing but sense. And the people that are just like, I don't really watch movies. I'm not really into collecting. That'd be like walking into a musician's house and there's no instruments in there. There's no records in there. What's going on? Doesn't make sense.
If there's something that he wants you to capture from an old film or the pacing of something, you might have a screening of a whole.
God, Matt, that's fucking hilarious. I'm not going to lie. Those two kids repeat. I see a future Laurel and Hardy there. Dude. Put it in black and white and on the screen. I'd watch it so fast.
Film just for a specific scene that he wants to try to capture. You know, we might see some Japanese ghost films for reference, just to get the tone of it. You're going to have an amazing time.
Wow.
Yeah. Are you really excited to work with Marty for the first time? Who isn't? Right?
I can't believe that.
What the fuck is going on with these two? What happened beforehand?
Okay, Leo. Well, goodbye.
Yeah, that is how most of my first dates end.
I snuck a large container of pasta into Avatar 3.
Okay. Number 1. Why? Why? And what? Oh, boy, I'm trying to make out what it is. Oh man, why would you do this to not only the theater but your other patrons? You are a monster, and because it's in Tupperware, that's even worse.
Then I realized I had forgotten a fork.
Oh, now you're going to be eating this, rigatoni with your fingers, you sick beast. Ugh. And that's not like it's I don't know. Oh.
You can believe it, I was an insane level of high. I find
And circle gets the square, ladies and gentlemen. No kidding.
The Avatar movies to be particularly immersive when I trick my brain into to believing they're actually happening.
Well, I guess, listen, I mean, things are starting to unfold here. Things are starting to add up and make sense.
Which they are. Pandora is the real world and this is the fake one.
He's gonna
I asked a guy at concessions if they had forks. No, he said. My heart sank. Just spoons.
Hey, brother, if you can't eat like that kind of pasta with a spoon, then you suck.
His blessing was upon me. Then I found the fork I brought as soon as I sat down.
Well,
Avatar 3 might be the best one yet. There's a scary, sexy fire source.
See, I told you, look at this outfit. This is what you drew as a 13-year-old boy when you were drawing like sexy ladies and stuff like that. This is exactly how you draw it. James Cameron, what's wrong with you, bud?
In it, and I thought that was pretty cool. I love the Avatar movies. They're spectacular looking condemnations of colonialism. If you don't like them, you probably saw them too sober or on too small a screen.
Probably true for both.
I was so ripped I was still wearing my 3D glasses in the subway.
Bro, they wouldn't let you take the 3D glasses that we had in the subway. This is the first time I ever been to this one. So this was an RP. What the fuck do they call it? I don't know. It's some sort of bullshit 3-letter nonsense, right? But it is a Dolby Atmos cinema, and it also has like a laser projector and everything. And we had these Dolby 3D glasses that had something. I have a video of it. I should have put it on my thing, and so we could talk about it and show it on the thing. I'll do that tomorrow in the big streamathon there and everything. But they definitely, you felt these glasses and they were like, oh, these glasses cost money.
Never watch blue without the green.
Amen. Now listen, this is going to be a controversial video right here, okay? This is going to be a controversial one, and I'm just going to tell you it is what it is. But what I want you to look at here is the fact that we're looking at AI, obviously. It's going to be obvious AI. But not for nothing, it's Jeffrey Epstein who's walking around and taking selfies with people in movies, and he's in Eyes Wide Shut right now. But watch how, like, I wanted to get it because, number one, the AI looks pretty good. So we're hurtling towards a world of AI. And again, when you watch this, just think this is as horrible as it's going to look. It's only going to get better looking and more believable from here. And we've had, like, if you remember Will Smith eating spaghetti, we were not there 2-3 years ago. Here's where we are now. Imagine where we are in 5 years and how crazy this is going to be. But this, again, the Jeffrey Epstein, you're going to laugh. You're going to have a little fun here. But look at how real everything looks. Look at all the fun eras and stuff that they go through. It keeps going. I just said, so, take the Epstein thing with what you will. This isn't a political statement of any kind here. I don't know what they would even be trying to say in most of this stuff. One or two things you'll catch on. But here we go. An AI video for your viewing pleasure. I'm sure that this is all going to get cut out now because motherfucking Strangers in the Night is playing. I'm going to turn it down. Try to comment over it here as well as I can. So this is, again, here's another little, the Nickelodeon guy here, from head of the class that had all of the allegations. Seems like he'd be somebody to be hanging out with old Epstein there, right? Where are we going next? All right, there's another, that's another Nickelodeon program, ain't it? That Drake and Josh? I never watched that. I was an adult. But look at how it looks like it's the right height for Jeffrey Epstein there. Now he's on The Wizard of Oz, of course, as you do. He was around back then. Kicking off. Oh, here we are. Oh, let me get you a little bud. Oh, hey there. What's her fucking... I know it. Why is it skipping my head? And here's Cosby with all of his accusers in the background. But look how good it looks. It looks real enough. This is as bad as it's ever going to be. It's only going to get more realistic from here. Here's Charlie Chaplin and Coogan. Oh, my Lord. From the kid, look at this stuff. It's crazy. Back with little Dan, what's his nuts there? Looking sweaty as hell. He must have been shooting some feet. We're in the Poltergeist house. Look at how cool this looks like the fuck. I mean, it's, say what you will. Sometimes AI puts out some neat looking stuff. Smile there, fellas. All right. Sweet. Of course. What the fuck? Now that's true. This is true. This painting right here, that is a painting that they found on Epstein Island there and everything. So, yikers. I'm sure that was about how it happened too. I'm just saying, dude, AI is pretty wild and crazy, so watch out. What the fuck? Did we just go back again? What happened?
If you want to fix the theater business, I'm so ready to do it. And
all right, let's see how he compares to my thoughts. I think a lot of you know my thoughts on how to fix theaters. I think I'm right, having actually managed a movie theater before, so I feel like I have a little bit of an inside kind of knowledge on this and everything. But let's see what these guys got and see how they measure up.
The easiest slam dunk thing that I'm surprised they haven't gotten done yet, and AMC has tried, is in every local market putting NFL games on movie.
Oh, they've done all this every time. That's not the answer to this. You need movie people. You need movies at the movie theater. Get it right. Some places could do it, but at the end of the day, make it a movie theater. Stop with the sports shit. It's stupid. Let's not.
Theater screens.
I never really thought about that, surprisingly, but it makes completely obvious sense when you say that, because people love to get together to watch their home team. Not everybody has a decent sports bar. There's only so many places Buffalo Wild Wings can put up a
no, listen, it's so cheap.
Location. And so it makes perfect sense to me as you say it. Like, why wouldn't you at least show the home team's games on those gigantic screens where you've got 200 or 300 seats available for people to come watch?
Because then you have to start charging people. Like it just becomes a brouhaha. It's stupid. No. That's not going to save movie theaters. That's just adding more shit in there that just says, hey, movies themselves aren't relevant. No.
This is all men really want, especially men of a certain age. Maybe I should clarify. Our films and TV shows make it pretty clear what we want, which is to be living some kind of a simple, peaceful life where we're not hurting anybody. Maybe we're retired and are just raising our family. Or we've settled.
We didn't want no trouble.
Into a routine, working some kind of a respectable job. Maybe we're working construction or taking a job at a home supply store.
And nothing, ain't nobody never in us no mind.
Or maybe we're just focusing on our hobbies like raising bees. And then all we men want is for some bad person to come along and disrupt that.
Yep.
At which point we must reluctantly,
I don't want to have to do this, but you give me no choice.
Reveal that we have actually retired from being the...
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm ready to kick somebody's ass. What's wrong, big boy? What's up? Dog's going ape. I don't know what's happening. Barking? You barking at somebody? That's why we don't let you out there, big boy. Come on now.
World's most dangerous killing machine.
But what I do have are a very particular set of skills.
Now, just to...
He didn't want to have to do it, but he had to do it. You forced his hand.
Be clear, we are not going to go out in search of trouble.
We don't want it. Trouble found us.
The trouble is simply going to find us, and we'll have...
I have not watched this video, by the way.
...to take care of it. Now, this is very different from the traditional hero's journey. This is not a regular person having to leave their comfort zone and go off on an adventure.
No, the adventure has come to them, and it is time for them to stand up and just be ready to go.
This is not about having to go off and learn new skills or to hone some talents in order to overcome obstacles.
Fuck no, we are unleashing the beast that has been there the entire time.
This fantasy is, what if I had already done all of that in the past?
The homework has already been done. We're there. Exactly.
Instead of the stuff I actually did. What if the completely normal life I'm living right now was actually just a cover to hide all of the turmoil and violence inside?
I just want a nice and simple life so I don't have to worry about this and none of this coming back my way. But if something happens to swing back my way, God help those who get involved.
Me until the day I am sadly forced to let it all out and go on a rampage.
Not wrong. Not wrong at all.
Lots of people have been asking me if the fake snow in this clip from the Christmas Spirit TV movie is actually shaving cream.
Well, it's certainly not proper fake snow. My God.
And it's not, but it's close. It's a soap-like biodegradable mixture that washes away with water. It's best when used on the periphery, like in the trees or on a fence line or on...
Use it where people won't be actually walking, you dipsticks. That's the problem, is you didn't know your craft. You didn't know none of your craft, you moron.
Curve. When actors have to walk through snow on the ground, most special effects technicians will use a ground-up pulp paper. It looks good and the texture is realistic in close-up. Some people use sodium polyacrylate powder.
Oh, all the time.
1 cup turns into a gallon once you add water.
It's actually one of the best looking options. The problem is it's not biodegradable.
But you can eat it.
So you need to use it sparingly and dispose of it properly, because with great
I told you could eat it.
powder comes great responsibility.
When filming
This guy and his dad pun jokes, my God.
TV shows need an inexpensive option for fake snow, they'll often use these large sheets of what's basically a polyfill quilt batting. And it looks good in wide shots if it's applied properly, but in Tyler Perry's Why Did I Get Married? You
Why did I hire this scenic designer?
see the edges, it looks bunched up in the middle, and maybe the wind caught it. And in the Santa
The wind absolutely caught that. They're like, all right, we put that there. Hey, Chuck, did you nail that down at all? Nail it down, you say?
Claus. If you look close, the jolly old elf catches his foot on the sheet and it just starts to roll up. And if you have to use a lot of layers to fluff it up, you definitely don't want people walking on it.
I love it, love it, love it, love it when it looks like this. We're just walking on white bed sheets. It's like, that's snow, fuck you.
Like here in Dawson's Creek. This bothered my wife so much I couldn't comfort her. This method can be
Couldn't comfort her, you son of a bitch.
used effectively, but in these cases, I think the filmmakers owe us a blanket apology.
All my rage and hate.
You sure 30 whole minutes worth of trailers isn't too much?
It's usually not 30 minutes. I don't care where you go. They're not usually 30 minutes worth of trailers. It's 15, maybe 20 if they're pushing it. A lot of times when people are saying 30 minutes, they're counting like the pre-show shit, and that doesn't count. Stop getting to the movie so fucking early. You have a reserved ticket. Your spot is going to be there. Take the time, add 15 minutes to it, walk in, watch the movie, and stop ruining my life with your fucking complaints.
You're right. You know what we need? A commercial for the movie theater.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's stupid. It's dumb. It's like when you go to the movies, and AMC is the fucking worst with this. AMC will show you 3 commercials about being at the movie theater that you're already at. You got your regular one where you're flying through the sky there, and there's some Coca-Cola and other bullshit, right? Then you got the next one with Nicole Kidman going, it's a special time for movies. When the lights go out, we're all touching each other in the dark. Whatever the fuck she's saying, right? And then there's the third one, which is, I've totally forgotten because I was too busy making fun of Nicole Kidman. I'll remember it in a minute. Oh, I forget.
They're actively freaking sitting in.
Yeah, it's terrible. Go to the Alamo Drafthouse if you want to get there a half hour early. That's correct. That's when the pre-show starts, and they can be pretty great. Alex is Alex is the other guy. He ain't even here tonight. That son of a bitch. Trillian here says at the Alamo Drafthouse, those pre-shows are fantastic. He is correct with that. And that's the only place that I would ever recommend anybody going to see a pre-show, because those pre-shows are put together in accordance with the movie that you're watching. It has things that are relevant to what you're watching right now or going to be watching very soon. So, and in a place where you have to order and do all that kind of stuff, all amazing. No one else does that. Everyone else just gives you, crummy ad after crummy ad. And then sometimes in between trailers, now they're throwing in crummy ads. And it just makes you want to just drive off a cliff, dude. It's absolutely terrible. And again, they wonder why they're dying. They wonder why things are going. So you finally get to speak up, huh? All right, there you go. You're just passively watching. You connect with the chat. You stinkwad. I showed up with my kids just as soon as it started, or maybe just as soon as the first scene is. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Yeah, wait. You can always do that. Just show up a little bit later. Time it out. Figure about how long your place goes, because they're all close to the same damn thing. Like I said, 10, 15 minutes. Maybe you watch a couple of trailers. I'll argue for the things that they should be taking out, but like you getting there and watching 30 minutes worth of shit, that's on you, bro.
At the end of the Christmas classic, The Santa Claus, the only Tim Allen property still forgivable to watch.
Oh my God, everybody just... Oh, like Toy Story? Fuck you.
Neil, the psychiatrist's stepdad, tells little Charlie that you will make a great psychiatrist.
Neil was an asshole, wasn't he? Like one of those people that's always trying to be super nice, but deep down inside, they're really a piece of garbage.
One day.
Weenie whistle.
To which little Charlie looks up at the sky. Where
I'm going into the family business. And I think his next quote then is going to be, so this kid is going to try to kill his father because that's how you get through the Santa Claus.
His dad, Santa Claus / Scott Calvin, has just disappeared and says, no, I think I'm going to go into the family business. Which means that he fully plans on assassinating his father.
Am I a genius, everybody? Is that what's going on? Am I just a genius? I don't watch these. I watched 3 seconds. I realized he was talking about a movie, and I stopped it. And then I predicted exactly what he's going to say. That's just like when I realized I stopped liking Family Guy, was when I could predict the joke that was coming up. I said, you know what they're going to cut to? And then they cut exactly to that thing. I was like, I'm fucking done with this show. I can't do it anymore. So I hope for this TikTok is done because I already predicted he was going to say it.
One day and taking over the Santa Claus mantle. The only way for him to go into the family business is by Scott Calvin / Santa Claus dying and him.
What if he changes the clause, you stinky stinkerson?
Taking the coat and putting the coat on per the Santa Claus.
Oh, what if Hear me out. What if they fake Scott Calvin's death? They fake his death, give it to the kid. Scott Calvin no longer Santa, now goes back to Scott Calvin. Maybe he just looks like Tim Allen again. And he's like in Bermuda or somewhere, right? That's the fourth movie. Write it.
On the little card. So at 7 years old, Charlie had already started planning patricide. And we almost see it come into fruition in the second one, I guess.
I don't remember the sequels as well, especially the third one. I think I've seen it once. It's got Martin Short as Mr. Freeze or whatever the fuck it is, and it is uncomfortable.
This is the revolutionary new IMAX camera that was used in the filming of Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey.
Oh my God, you guys.
The technology in this new camera is going to give audiences an experience they've never had before in movie history.
All right. Oh my God. It feels like we're pouring on.
This is what a standard IMAX camera sounds like when they're actually filming. That loud chainsaw noise you heard were the mechanical claws inside the camera shifting each frame into focus.
You got to remember, kids, it's this big. It's huge. And there's doing 24 of these per second. It's going to be loud.
Stopping, letting light in for just like a microsecond, and then it shifts back away. And this is
the amount of light that you got to have too. My God.
It's happening 24 times per second inside the camera. They're made of heavy solid.
Oh, that might be true. This guy could be an AI. You may be right.
Solid aluminum, and that's why there's so much chattering going inside. The noise is so loud it doesn't actually pick up the voices from the actors while they're filming. And so
the actors while they're filming, I think you might have an argument for AI. Good evening.
Audio has to be re-recorded from a studio and added on, or they have to just use a different camera while they're filming.
Or they just do pantomimes, you know.
And Christopher Nolan hates this. He wants real natural sound. In Interstellar, a lot of the scenes were not actually IMAX. They were using standard cameras. In fact, many of the scenes in Interstellar, they had to actually use audio from a studio, re-record it, and add it on. But for the first time ever, this new Keeley IMAX camera is going to revolutionize it. Instead of solid aluminum for all the arms and motors inside, they're using carbon fiber, which is going to reduce the noise by 30%.
That doesn't sound like it's going to do shit in comparison. 30%.
And they completely rebuilt the vacuum system inside the camera, which is used to suck the frame right up to the glass plate. They've also integrated a sound blimp into the camera itself, like a shell that soundproofs it.
I mean, they ain't been doing that since the dawn of time, the dawn of cinema, though.
It is so quiet now that you can hear whispers from the actors. It helped with the sound so much that they were able to film the entire movie with this new IMAX camera.
I'd like to see this in practice.
And so we're going to get the entire movie in IMAX and in natural audio from the actual actors' voices. This has never happened before in movie history. This is going to be an epic movie.
Oh, God. Boy, listen. I like some Christopher Nolan. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not as film bro-y as you might think about the situation, but I do. I tend to end up having to watch his films a couple of times in order to really, kind of form a proper opinion on it. Like I saw Tenet in the theater like 4 times before I like really had a 100% positive feeling about it because I was never quite sure. But this is just. That's not that big a deal. It's really not. It's just not. And worse than that is that most places aren't going to be able to show it, not in the proper format anyways. I mean, I got to drive about 5 hours to go do it. And I have done it for Christopher Nolan films on a couple of occasions. But yikes.
For audiences watching in IMAX.
But there'll be plenty watching in FOMAX that'll think that they're getting something great, and they'll be watching something kind of crummy.
The big guy is coming to town.
Oh, Lord have mercy. More chum for the landfill, huh?
Whew, we're gonna need a bigger doorway.
with these, I'd be like, yeah, where's the full rest of the big popcorn that's coming in this bad boy, you know? Because don't charge me $22 and then be like, well, there's a small popcorn's worth of popcorn in this son of a bitch. Enjoy. That was $25.
Now.
Warner Brothers is rejecting Paramount's $108 billion hostile takeover
bullshit
bid. Hi, it's producer Patrick.
Hi, Patrick. Sorry that we haven't had you on the show, and the Outgrow wasn't feeding you for some reason. I don't understand. It didn't make no damn sense, but I am glad to see producer Patrick back with us here, giving us a little lowdown on the Warner Brothers sale. Oy vey.
Bringing you the latest in the ever-evolving film and TV industry. According to Reuters and the Financial Times, the Warner Brothers Studio Board is preparing to tell shareholders no, despite the massive price tag attached to the offer. This is not because the number is a problem, but simply because the deal is. Executives at Warner Brothers are raising concerns about whether Paramount can actually finance and close a transaction of this size.
Oh my God. You're just selling yourself for parts, and then you're just like, I don't think you could give me the money. Fucking A.
Key backers have reportedly stepped away, putting real doubt around funding certainty at a moment when the industry cannot afford another unstable merger. At the same time, Warner Brothers feels that the
we haven't talked about it too much on any of the shows here and everything, but the Netflix buying Warner Brothers is the death knell for a lot of things. It's not going to be good. I'm so not happy with the situation. They're just like Netflix will indeed put the last bullet in physical media. I think if this starts to happen, at least they're going to start to maybe not because I still think there'll be some boutique brands and stuff out there doing things, but like for a lot of like major label releases and stuff like that, I don't think it's going to happen anymore if this Netflix thing starts going through.
Netflix deal is cleaner and more executable, and senior leadership believes that the streamer's proposal has a cleaner path through regulators and to closing. And this new Hollywood is operating on thinner
time for the Netflix vault. Listen, they'll be doing that. They probably could stand to do some of that.
Margins and fewer and far less tolerance for risk.
But again, think about any Warner Brothers movie and stuff like that, and that movie not going to movie theaters or going to movie theaters for such an arbitrary time that it doesn't even really matter. And then again, Hollywood, the killer of Hollywood is Hollywood itself. It's plain and simple.
They're calculating the deal that's most likely going to make it across the finish line, and it's a signal that certainty matters much more than scale. As always, would love to hear your thoughts.
Thanks, Patrick. We'll have no DVDs to buy. It's I'm telling you, it's a huge possibility with that going through. And Netflix, that's what they would all want. And it's so stupid. Again, they don't, in their pursuit of a quick dollar, Hollywood has shot itself in the foot so many times that it's hilarious. It is literally like Sideshow Bob turning around and walking into yet another rake. Turn around, rake in the face, rake in the face. That's them, dude. They have no idea what they're doing over there. They have no clue what normal people want. It's a wonder they're still alive.
All right, so this guy is the biggest victim of the Me Too movement. And
I believe this to be true. I don't think people should be sexually harassed. I don't think, none of that stuff. I think, we should treat all those things, as they should be treated. John Lasseter hugged some people while he was drunk at a party and maybe said, I love you or some shit. And y'all, and guess what? Guess what? Pixar has not been the same since that man left. In fact, it's gone even further downhill. The man that would come in and fix all the problems, you fired him for being a little tipsy at a holiday Christmas party and hugging people. What the fuck?
John Lasseter, who
He made me uncomfortable.
Made a few movies you might know, such as Toy Story, Bugs Life, and Cars, and he also was in charge of Pixar until Disney completely screwed him over, using the Me Too movement as a vehicle against him for their own motives, and this is how they did it. And for John Lasseter's history, he actually got screwed over by Disney twice, where he started working for them when he was very young in 1979, doing the movie The Fox and the Hound, and also Young Sherlock Holmes as an animator, but he noticed Disney's animation department was in trouble at the time. Because this was the 1980s when Disney was having a lot of flops like the movie Black
Hey man, Feifel was the hot stuff.
Cauldron, and other studios were doing hits like American Tail, which was done by a former Disney employee named Don Bluth, and they also had Land Before Time, and Disney was just falling behind in animation. In 1981, John Lasseter saw early cuts for what computer-generated images can do, looking at the movie Tron, and he actually wanted to do an entire animated movie based on that. So John Lasseter in 1983 actually made a CGI short version of the book Where the Wild Things Are. And after John Lasseter finished that, Disney promised him that he would be the one to direct Brave Little Toaster and make that an entirely CGI movie. But instead, in 1983, after he did Where the Wild Things Are, Disney actually reneged on the promise, saying he wouldn't be the director of Brave Little Toaster, and they actually fired him, saying he was too focused on CGI and they didn't believe in it.
No, and I can't blame them at that point either, because it's just, yeah, I mean, back in the 80s, it's way too much in its infancy, and frankly, it probably would look like garbage.
So instead, John Lasseter actually goes to work for George Lucas and Lucasfilm, where his company had a computer-generated images division, and John Lasseter got really involved early on, being involved in a lot of their early animated works. But then there was a big problem, because in 1983, George Lucas and his longtime wife Marcia Griffin split up, and he didn't want to give her any equity in Lucasfilm or Star Wars.
You don't deserve any of that money. I did it all myself. You didn't do none of that. You were just being one of those lazy broads that's over in the corner, just yapping her face off, just going like, R2-D2, that's gay, you told me. And I said, that's a how dare you? And then I made Star Wars, and now who's eating it? It's you.
So because that, he agreed to pay her $50 million.
It's an amazing George Lucas impression, by the way.
$1 million up front. So in order for George Lucas to keep his equity in Star Wars and get the money to pay his wife the $50 million, he sold the CGI division to Lucasfilm to Steve Jobs, who was just kicked out of Apple at the time and was looking for a new venture, so they started a new company with that division and called it Pixar. Now, while some people have mixed opinions on Steve Jobs, it created the dream team, where Steve Jobs and John Lasseter worked great together doing
They greased the wheels when they needed to be greased, and Apple had that money to be able to do stuff like that. I wish they would do some more things like this every now and then. Was just kind of like, hey, like, listen, we got a lot of bread here just kind of sitting around. Why don't we use that for, I don't know, good?
A bunch of shorts, and then that led to Toy Story, that led to Bugs Life, and that led to Pixar becoming a huge hit, while they also partnered with Disney. Things changed when the partnership with Disney became more than a partnership, where in 2006, Disney decided to buy Pixar for $7.4 billion, which actually made Steve Jobs the biggest owner in Disney above the Disney family, but because of that, it changed John Lasseter's future. Because that meant John Lasseter had to go work for Disney again over 20 years later, but this time he's in charge of Disney Animation, he's in charge of Pixar, but there's one big problem, that they don't agree with the future of Toy Story. An example being this cartoon right here, which was a 2000s Buzz Lightyear cartoon series that I actually really liked as a kid.
Who the hell's watching this? My God.
One guy who absolutely hated it was John Lasseter, who ultimately created the character of Buzz Lightyear, saying he only envisioned Buzz Lightyear being a toy, and he didn't want to give this backstory or bigger universe. It became a problem because in the late 2010s, Disney wants to...
Yeah, that movie sucked, right? Everybody saw that and said it stunk. Or no, I take that back. Not everybody saw that. Nobody saw that, but everybody said it sucked.
To do a Pixar movie that just Lightyear, and John Lasseter doesn't actually...
I was working in a movie theater. I could have watched it for free. Did I? No.
Want to do it. Also during this time in Hollywood, there's a cleaning of the house with Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, Kevin Spacey, all of these guys being accused by Me Too of some really serious crimes, and they definitely deserve to be screwed.
Right, and then they threw John Lasseter in this group for hugging people drunk at a Christmas party.
But then you have some people like John Lasseter who get totally screwed from Me Too, where he had these anonymous complaints made against him saying he gave too many hugs on set and was kind of creepy where he did forceful hugs. Just that, it became Disney's out to fire John Lasseter. They did it just to make Lightyear, which ended up losing $100 million. With that, I'm Charles Pearl. Subscribe, learn something.
Boy, he fucking sped run that last 30 seconds, didn't he? He's like, I don't give a shit, go. Yeah, man. He was one of the very unfortunate ones. And then, of course, they screw themselves every single time. They don't know what they're doing. They're so dumb. What's next?
How to explain Spike.
Film school classes. This is entertaining. I've watched 2 or 3 of these.
Spike Lee's my dad in a way that doesn't make him angry.
These are classes that you would find at a film school, or you could find.
This for movies where Clint Eastwood goes,
Yo, I'm here for bad Romeo and Juliet adaptations.
There's a lot of those, boy. Woo!
Is this Bug's Life, but we're rooting for the crickets?
The crickets are the bad guys.
Are you guys talking about whenever she takes her glasses off and she's been beautiful the whole time?
Listen, I like that genre of movie. We all want to see that in real life, don't we? It's just like she doesn't even know she's attractive, and then she just, doesn't work the same here. I'm not an attractive lady, obviously. Obviously.
Early 2000s action films where The Rock wears a tight t-shirt in the jungle.
That's only the rundown. And the Jumanji films. Kind of the Fast and the Furious, but okay, whatever.
No? Okay, my bad.
Hey, is this the Selective History and Times with Roman Polanski?
Let me just skip over this one.
Is this White Women and Sofia Coppola films?
That's all there are in Sofia Coppola films. Got him.
Dealing
Sofia Coppola does not know any black people.
with your sexual awakening through Zootopia 200.
Okay, listen, you sick bastards. And I know there's sick Zootopia bastards out there. I've seen the internet. I know what it consists of. You people are monsters.
Anatomy of a Fall 102.
Here for Big Big Movie Go Boom.
Oh, man, I would have double majored in Big Big Movie Go Boom. Big Big Movie Go Boom. My favorite.
Horror movie hot take. The best
horror movie hot take. Let's see what we got.
horror tends to wear you down long before it tries to scare you.
What is it? What do you mean by wear you down?
Let me tell you what I mean. Movies that linger aren't the ones that are throwing monsters and ghosts at you every 5 minutes. They're the ones that grind on your nerves little by little.
Kind of like this.
Camera angle stays too long. Sound repeats just slightly off beat. Character keeps smiling when nothing's funny. Your brain picks up the pattern and eventually gets exhausted from waiting for that moment you hope never comes. And that's when the horror finally hits. Right after you realize the movie has worn down.
I swear to God, if this motherfucker tries to throw in a jump scare in this fucking video, I'm going to be mad.
All your defenses. So you tell me, which movie slowly wore you down until you finally felt scared?
Parenthood. Yeah.
This has to be a social experiment.
That was my favorite part. My favorite part was the kid with the broccoli hair. The Navi kid with the broccoli hair. Maybe he wasn't Navi. Maybe was he one of the fish people? Was he one of them? I forget.
Every year or so, I'm reminded that people love these movies.
Do they though?
Not tolerate, love.
No, not love.
They love. To me, they're just, and I don't use this term lightly, but it's slop. Yes.
I was going to say another word.
The visuals are nice. Every time someone mentions this movie, they talk about the visuals. Yes, the visuals are nice.
Jake Sully.
But everything else, come on now.
Jake Sully.
The acting is all right. The plot is
Jake Sully.
It really feels like AI.
It was boring. This time it was boring. The second movie was better because it felt like it was moving at a much more interesting pace than the first movie was. We were finally learning some stuff. Some interesting things started to actually happen. We were meeting different types of characters, and it seemed interesting. This just seemed like the exact same movie again. It's like, all right, what's the point?
Generated. I'm not even joking, but people love it. It makes billions of dollars. People love it. I feel like I'm being pranked.
Ooh. This has to be a social experiment, is my actual opinion on Rian Johnson's The Last Jedi. I thought it was great. To me, the thing that I liked about the big reveal there and everything, and the big kind of fuck you to everybody, is like, she's nobody, was the best thing in the world. I was just like, yes, this is the clean slate wiping that this series needs. Oh, so much. It's a way to look at the audience and be like, stop telling us how to make this story. We're going to make it how we want to do it. You stop filling in all the blanks Mad Lib style to fulfill whatever weird ass, predilection that you think that you have. That's like, oh, well, I think it's going to be this way. fucking who cares what y'all think? Like, they're telling the story that they want to tell, and I'm tired of us trying to dictate to artists what they should do in a weird way. Because, like, sometimes I think they should do what we want them to do, but like, it's a different. I don't know if I'm making this argument the right way here or not. I have a better reasoning though. Okay, all right. We'll listen to this guy. You type it up. We'll come back.
Insane. The word of the year is slop, though.
Delicious slop. Now, Matt, I want to also let you know, and everyone else here, because we got just one or two more videos here, it looks like. But this evening is not the end of us streaming. No, sirree, Bob. Tomorrow, I'm not exactly sure what time because I'm trying to put together a little schedule here with a whole bunch of stuff together. But this is Christmas Eve. Today's Christmas Adam. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. And hopefully tomorrow you will join me here. We're going to be watching some public domain Christmas films on stream. We're going to be doing some, like, maybe some trivia stuff. We're going to be, who knows? Who knows? You won't know. And but I do have a couple things. And the people that support over at patreon.com/HMP, those folks are going to get a link to the live stream that they then can join and pop in as kind of like Christmas neighbors, if you will. So we'll have some people on the stream that actually support the show over at Patreon, so they can answer my barrage of questions that I have for them about Christmas movies, their best and worst Christmas present ever, all those kind of good stuff. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow. Check the just hit these like and subscribe button and hit the bell notifications so you know when the stream goes live. And Bruce is going to be joining me for at least a little bit of that, it sounds like. So it's going to be fun times. Ryan Johnson did say in an interview that he thought the best movie was the movie that splits the audience into half lovers and half haters. The Last Jedi did that so well that it had to have been Brian's plan. That's kind of what I thought. Like, I did think it was kind of, to a degree, to piss some people off. And it was bound to piss some people off because it is just saying, hey, the things that you want, like, we got into a world, especially with the world of the internet, we've gotten to a world of, like, just wish casting stuff so fucking hard that, like, we're only bound to be disappointed by these things. The best thing that I think a movie can do right now is shoot everything in quiet, don't tell nobody about it, drop a teaser trailer, then put the movie out. That's the only way we're getting around stuff these days. We talk about shit too much.
Come over.
Okay. This little kid right here has become a giant meme. And it's been fantastic. I love it. POV, I'm asking you to spend the next 11 hours watching all of the Lord of the Rings extended versions with me. Oh.
Where are we going? Oh, around. It's a surprise. Do you like surprises? I do. Okay.
This kid. All right, we're trying to get it locked up again here. Come on. Where you at? Where you at, fella? Move right for me. Come on. This kid. So the initial video is this kid is like playing outside or whatever, and he is fucking filthy. This kid is absolutely filthy. He looks like a coal miner. He's just disgustingly filthy. He's having a great time though. He's loving life. You want to be that kid. But he's got this, like, he's this little kid. His head hasn't caught up with the rest, or his body hasn't caught up with his head here yet or anything. So he still looks a little bit weird. He's got that really high little voice, all covered in dirt. He just goes, hey, I got a secret. I got a secret. Uh-oh. This is what, you want to come and see it? It's in the woods. And you're like, oh my God, what's going on? He's probably the sweetest kid in the world. But it looks like that's the last kid that you follow before you go into, the woods and die.
Where are we going? Oh, around. It's a surprise.
Look how dirty this child is. It's like, he looks like he lives in a war-torn area. He was just outside playing. It's a surprise.
Do you like surprises?
I do. That kid's going to eat your face.
Oh, okay.
Cats everywhere on the internet, dude.
Normally, if you buy a proper one, there are
a young Peter Jackson showing his DIY camera rig that he used to shoot his early movies. This is Peter Jackson in the old New Zealand days here, showing you how he used his makeshift Steadicam on movies such as Bad Taste and Dead Alive, Brain Dead.
about 40 or 50 grand, but this one cost a $20. It sort of works basically the same principle where you can move the camera around, follow people while they're running, and get more or less steady shots because it's a spring-loaded thing. Move around like this. Sort of the whole thing was knocked together out of aluminium and put together a bit like a giant Meccano set. The camera, this little lightweight Bolex again, was just mounted onto this bit on the end here.
I mean, it's amazing that, like, when you look at like these little 16 millimeter cameras and stuff like that, God, it's amazing we got pictures at all. I am interested because I know it was filmed with 16 and everything with Dead Alive. I wonder, I just wonder how much, what you call it, AI smoothing and stuff that Peter Jackson's going to do with that, the new 4Ks that's coming out for all that stuff. I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried that it turns out like that Beatles stuff and almost looks too good. Gotta have a little grain in there.
And of course, because of all this bloody metal, I couldn't look through the lens at all. And all the crane shots were done by pointing the camera in the general direction of the actors and just hoping for the best. But if you use a wide-angle lens, you use...
I saw a lot of people in the comments were just like, holy shit, I never knew this man was never obese. And it's like, wait a minute. No, he did get super thin during King Kong. People don't remember he got wild thin during King Kong.
Get away with that sort of. They're very, very basic. You
Not this thin, mind you.
put the film in this side, and then it's like a spring-loaded motor. You've got to wind it up, and it gives you about 30 seconds worth of shooting.
I still have my VHS of Lord of the Rings. I don't want to be an elitist here, but I was so beyond VHS at that point. I kept railing on people for buying the full screen DVDs. I was like, what's wrong with you? What are you doing? You're missing 3/4 of the picture. You're mad. I saw somebody in a Circuit City going, now you're going to see all these movies that say full screen DVDs. That's the one you're going to want to get because it makes sure the top of the black bar's on top of the bottom. I couldn't stand it, dude. I jumped in like I was like a lone sheriff or something coming in. I was like, oh, hey. Don't listen to this man. He doesn't know what he's talking about. You should not listen to anything this guy's saying. Widescreen is better than full screen any day of the week. Those black bars are there. Like, I was just like, just don't like, and I walked away. I didn't want to listen to the rest of that conversation. I didn't want to be around there.
They're nice and light, and you can do a lot of camera moves with them. I mean, and it looks fine on the screen too.
And remember, kids, your cell phone has more resolution than this 16 millimeter camera did. Or this is an 8 millimeter camera.
He had the camera and his friends to assist him.
It might be a small 16. I don't know. I'm just yapping.
AI could be helpful to us.
All right, everybody. Last video of the evening. We got Jimmy Cameron here giving us a little bit on Avatar and the future of AI in movies. What do you think James Cameron has to say about AI? Put your predictions in the chat below.
Do you see AI as potentially being able to make something to the scale and quality of an Avatar movie?
What do you think his answer is going to be? Nothing could be as good as me. Have you not heard, dear sir? My name is James friggin' Cameron, okay? I have had the #1 film in the country several times over, beating myself at one point.
And even if hypothetically it did, would it be creatively valuable, in your opinion, if a human hadn't made that?
I think
this is going to be an interesting thing coming from him.
In the same way that we want to know on the label what's in our food, any new...
Jimmy. Most people, I am sad to say, I agree with you that should be a thing that people are concerned with. Unfortunately, they are not. People do not give a damn.
Cinema or music or writing, whether it has AI content or not. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky. Historically, we have not used generative AI
again. All right, okay.
On the Avatar films. There's a difference between Generative AI creating an image versus bespoke generative AI models that are tools that are used along the way, making the process more efficient.
Sounds like, well, if it suits my nature, I'll do it.
It's exactly the kind of place where AI could be helpful to us.
Right.
As long as it's not generating the actual image itself that you see. Because my problem with it, I can't get in and make the kind of microscopic adjustments that I want to make.
Again, George Lucas would cream his pants if he got a hold of all this stuff, because he just wants to be like, all right, we'll go and shoot it and then we'll just fix it all in post. That's what I like. That's what I like to do, fix and post.
Each time it's creating something new, completely new. And I lose that ability to iterate.
Well, you've always been a tech pioneer in filmmaking, so I'm excited to see what you do with it. Thank you. That's my time.
Hey,
all right.
Well, I'm glad we got to, I think, a couple of the important issues of the day.
Skynet's going to start making movies soon, right?
Well.
He's like, oh boy, I don't know about all of that. I think we got one more James Cameron video then, because I thought he was the last one. Maybe we've got more. Hold on, we've got some talks in the chat. The whole full screen DVD phase probably didn't last nearly as long as I feel that it did. It lasted a lot. You're right. I think it lasted a lot longer than we all thought. I made the Terminator franchise, you idiot. How do you think I feel about it? Yeah, that's what Skynet's all about, baby. All right, yeah, we did. We got it. I always say, ladies, get yourself a man who loves you like James Cameron loves himself. Going to the cinema on Christmas Day. Let's talk about it.
Talk about Americans going to the cinema on Christmas Day. This is apparently a proud tradition. We would never do that in the UK.
I don't think. Ooh, you know what I saw on Christmas Day? That movie right there. Not that one. I can't do it backwards. I don't know. That one right there, The Hateful Eight. I saw The Hateful Eight in 70 millimeter on Christmas Day. It was fucking amazing. And then I went to see it on Christmas Eve. It was the last show of Christmas Eve. So in the intermission, we walked out. We said, Happy New Year. We walked back in and checked out the second half of Hateful Eight. Amazing. Yes, Christmas Day, time to go watch movies. What are we watching at the movies this Christmas? That's right, boys and girls. We've been talking about it all night. Marty Supreme. We're going to be watching Marty Supreme, and then we're going to be coming back here on Christmas Day talking about Marty Supreme and some other stuff and celebrating a little bit of Christmas cheer over here. And I want you to do that again. So tonight, we got TikTok Trash Tuesday. Tomorrow, we've got Christmas Eve Marathon. And then on Christmas Day, we're going to be talking about Marty Supreme. So get your shit together and come back here. Like and subscribe. We are headed to 25,000 subscribers, and I want to do it with all of you dirty babies. Let's go.
Cinemas here are open on Christmas Day.
It's because you're cowards. I worked in the cinema on Christmas Day many a time, so I can still vouch for all of this stuff as well. So I've done it. So if you're doing, but they're workers, I've been there. I've been that worker. It happens. You do what you do. And you know what they also do? They also get like Thanksgiving off at that point. You know, they trade off. If you got Thanksgiving off, then you got to work Christmas, or vice versa.
By order of the king. No, I mean, like, maybe you would. No, I was going to say maybe you go on Christmas Eve. It's not really. The cinema doesn't factor into British Christmas.
The cinema doesn't matter into British people at all.
Intrigued. At what point of the day do they go? Is it post lunch?
Because
Yeah. It's usually like 11, 12 o'clock-ish, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Be quite full and tired. You got your turkey in you, and your sprouts, and you go into a packed cinema.
Give them a little bit of what for?
Are they having sprouts in America? Maybe not.
Hey, not for Christmas. Come on now.
Reason I bring this up, obviously Marty Supreme is coming out Christmas Day over there. They're going to see it early, and we've got to wait till Boxing Day. But
Yeah, you in Canada can box all this.
Is that a thing you go to? Like it?
Yeah.
I understand more going to a Christmas film at the cinema on Christmas Day.
No, because Christmas is over at that point. What you talking about? You go to that before Christmas. Duh.
Going to see Marty Supreme on Christmas Day is, I don't quite.
A Hateful Eight. This is a movie.
I get that.
But it is a huge day. Like, it's one of the biggest days for the box office in America, I think. I don't know where I'm getting that from, but I'm pretty sure it is. I guess
like the last one that I participated in wasn't huge, but that was a couple of years back.
I guess if it's just like a good movie, like I'm always in the mood to go and see a good movie at the cinema. But yeah, it's like you don't want to spend some time
cinema
with your family. I guess you are just in silence.
Hey, to be fair, there is that lull, right?
Yeah.
You've opened the presents, the turkey's been eaten, and it's like, what?
And you got to get the hell out of there and get away from your relatives. What do? You go watch a movie. You kill 2 hours at the movies. You kill maybe an hour on the road. Have yourself a time, man. Get away.
What do we do until telly's on?
Yeah.
We don't want to chat.
I bring you gold tier seating.
Boy, we really swung at that one, didn't we?
Frankfurters.
Oh, yeah.
From the food.
Yeah.
And myrrh. We're sticking with the myrrh.
No, and Marty Supreme.
And Myrty Supreme.
Why are you saying it Murty Supreme?
To make it sound like myrrh.
She doesn't know what myrrh is. Dumbass.
So frankly, the thing that drives me nuts,
James Cameron defends Sigourney Weaver. From what I'm not sure, but let's hear it.
most is when I still read in articles Sigourney voiced Kiri.
I mean, she probably did some mocap and stuff like that, which when you think about what she does in that movie, you kind of go, you mocap that? Interesting. It's weird, though, because you still hear a 70-year-old woman.
You know, like it's a Pixar movie and she came in for 2 days and did the voice part. Sigourney worked for 18 months doing every moment of Kiri's behavior and everything that she goes through.
Which, you know, most 71-year-olds know what 17-year-olds are like because their numbers are just reversed, right?
Physically, every breath, every bit of diving underwater, you know, and that's true of all.
I made that bitch work, let me tell you.
All the actors. I'm just singling her out because that seems to, I think people have a cognitive dissonance around the idea that
well, she's 70, but I ain't gonna make her work. Fuck you. No, she's working.
Sigourney at 70 something, young, fresh, youthful 70-year-old could play a 15-year-old. So they think of it as
right. That's what we're saying. It's a little odd, and she also sounds like a 70-year-old.
a voice. It's not a voice. She did it all.
Yes.
Except for obviously some stunts that, you know, we didn't want
She wasn't doing no backflips.
to throw Sigourney down the stairs.
Well, no.
You know.
Break a hip.
She's a national treasure. The early part of the curve, while I'm working with the actors, is relatively inexpensive. And so we kind of relax our time constraints. And we spend a lot of time in rehearsal and just exploring, trying different things across these two movies, so Way of Water and Fire and Ash. We did that all as one big conjoined capture.
No shit, because it feels like it's the exact same movie, by the by.
Period of 18 months. You know.
Telling the exact same story yet again. That is it, everybody. We got another TikTok Trash Tuesday under our belts here. Is it under our belts? I think that's right. I think that's the right expression. But we want to let you know that we got more and more than what we normally even do. Because as I had said previously, we're going to be here tomorrow. What time? I'm not 100% sure. I mean, like, look at what we've done. I took an hour's worth of TikTok videos and we talked about it for 2.5 hours. So we got a lot. We're going to be doing a lot tomorrow. We're going to watch some public domain stuff. We're going to have you guys from Patreon pop on by and I'll put a link over in the Patreon. So all you got to do is click the link and then you'll pop up here. I'll bring you on the show here on the stream for everybody. And you can wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and all that kind of good stuff as we watch Christmas movies. We talk about Christmas movies and maybe some other stuff. Who's to say? And eggnog is going to be had. So as time goes on, things will get more interesting. But so we'll do all that. Bruce is going to stop by at some point. Hell, who knows? Even Sweet Chauncey might deck the halls with his sweet voice for at least 5 seconds to go, hi, everybody. Who knows? I don't know. But we hope to see you back then. Do me a big old giant favor if you haven't already. Hit that like and subscribe button. Tell your mamas, tell your friends. And join us here tomorrow when we are talking Christmas Eve, everybody. Hit that like and subscribe button and the bell notification so you know when we go live tomorrow evening. And we put on and we'll see you guys tomorrow night for the thing. I got to hit all the buttons in the right order. There we go. See you tomorrow night, everybody. Bye-bye.